Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. May araw ng Lunes, February 19, 2018. Mga kasama, ako pa rin ho inyong radyoman, Eli Saludar. Alas 9 hanggang alas 10 po tayo. At syempre, kapag araw ng Lunes mga kasama, ay meron po tayong segment sa Pag-ibig Fund. At yan po ay kung hindi agad magsisimula, ito hong gagawing pagdinig diyan po sa Senado na may kinalaman sa frigate deal na pinasok po ng Navy mga kasama. At naku, star-studded. Talagang napakarami po mga kasama ang sumipot sa nasabing pagdinig. At halos lahat po ng mga miyembro ng gabinete mga kasama ay sumusuporta dito po kay Special Assistant kay Christopher Bongo mga kasama. Ito po kasi yung anino ho ni Pangulong Duterte. At talagang dapat maraming susuporta mga kasama dahil sa kapag yan po'y sinuportahan, para na rin sinuportahan nila si Pangulong Duterte mga kasama. At samantala, bahagi po ng ating public service, alamin natin ang sitwasyon ng daloy ng trapiko sa mga pangunahing lansangan dito po sa Metro Manila at mga karatig bayan mga kasama.
MMDA Traffic Update.
Mula sa MMDA Metro Bay, si Nico Velasquez. Nico, good morning.
Yes po, magandang umaga po sa inyo, Sir Eli, at lalong-lalo na po sa ating mga taga-subaybay. At ito po ang ulat trapiko sa mga oras na ito. Simulan po nating baybay nitong kahabaan ng ating EDSA southbound kung saan magiging mabagal na ang daloy ng trapiko. Pagsapit natin yan sa may Scout Romeo, tuloy-tuloy yan hanggang makarating tayo ng Ortigas flyover. Pagsapit naman natin dyan sa may area ng Highway 54, asahan po natin na mabigat na ang daloy ng trapiko din dyan hanggang makarating tayo dyan sa may area ng Shaw Boulevard. At after naman ng Shaw po, asahan natin nakatamtamang pagbabagal going to area ng Pony Avenue. Yung ating area naman ng Estrella patungo dyan sa may area ng Buendia ay nagkakaroon naman tayo ng katamtamang pagbabagal. At dito naman sa may bahagi ng Pasay Road, asahan po natin na mabigat na ang daloy ng trapiko towards ng Magallanes flyover. At after naman yan, tuloy-tuloy na tayo going to southbound ng ating EDSA. Samantala naman yung ating northbound ng ating EDSA from FB Harrison going to Tramo ay nagkakaroon na rin tayo ng katamtamang pagbabagal. At yung Magallanes flyover naman natin towards ng area ng Kalayaan Avenue ay mabigat na ang daloy ng trapiko. Ang bahagi naman ng ating area ng White Plains towards ng Santolan, asahan na po natin na nagkakaroon naman tayo ng katamtamang pagbabagal. Samantala naman, dumako naman tayo sa may area ng Katipunan kung saan mabagal na ang ating southbound from Pitwason going to area ng Libis hanggang makapasok po tayo dyan sa may C5 southbound going to Kalayaan Avenue. Northbound naman ang ating C5 from Levy Mariano towards ng Market ay nagkakaroon na rin tayo ng mabigat na daloy ng trapiko. Ang bahagi naman ng ating area ng Eastwood going to area ng Libis ay nagkakaroon na rin tayo ng mabigat na daloy ng trapiko. At yung Katipunan northbound naman natin kung saan yung ating Aurora Katipunan mabagal na yan towards ng Gate 3 ng Ateneo. Paalala sa ating mga motorista, ang ating number coding po ngayong araw na ito ay yung mga plakang nagtatapos po sa 1 and 2. At mahigpit po silang pinagbabawal na lumabas sa pagitan ng alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 8 ng gabi. No window pa rin tayo sa mga circumferential at radial roads. Para sa emergency assistance o traffic assistance, maaaring tumawag sa ating MMDA hotline numero 136. At yan po ang ulat trapiko sa mga oras na ito mula pa rin po sa tanggapan ng MMDA Metro Base. Ito po si Nico Velasquez, nag-uulat.
MMDA Traffic Update. RMN Sentro Servisyo.
Okay, maraming salamat kay Nico Velasquez ng MMDA Metro Bay. Samantala mga kasama, maya-maya alamin natin ang magiging lagay ng panahon mula po sa Pag-asa. At sa ating column ngayon, sa Abante Tonight mga kasama, ay ating tinalakay dito po sa Broadcasters View. Ito hong may kinalaman sa mga opisyal ng gobyerno, dapat po ay magsilbing modelo. Okay mga kababayan natin, mahilig po sa social media. Nako, di ba meron pong kongresista, majority leader, gamit ho yung luxury, yung sports car. Sa T-Plex, grabe ho. Grabe, ang bibilis ho ng takbo. Takot ho yung iba pang mga kasabay ng motorista. Hindi raw po tinikitan. Sandali lang ho, mamaya pag-usapan natin yan. Sandali lang ho. Alamin natin na magiging lagay ng panahon mula po sa Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center.
Dzxl Weather Update.
Wala po sa ating forecaster si Aldzar Aurelio. Aldzar, good morning.
Good morning po sa inyo lahat. Wala naman tayong binabantayang bagyo o low pressure area sa loob ng PAR. Nasa natin na mainit na panahon sa buong bansa dahil sa pag-iral ng easterly o mainit na hangin galing sa Pacific Ocean. Sa araw ito, ang Davao Region at Caraga ay makakaranas ng maulap na papagurin na may mga kalat-kalat na pag-ulan at thunderstorm. Sa lalabing bahagi ng bansa ay magiging maliwalas na panahon maliban sa mga isolated na pag-ulan sa kadalasan sa hapon ng gabi. Ang agwat ng temperatura sa Metro Manila ay mula 23 hanggang 34 degrees Celsius. Ang ating Philippine Standard Time ay 9:24 ng umaga. Mula sa Pag-asa, ako po sa Aldzar D. Aurelio.
Dzxl Weather Update. RMN Sentro Serbisyo.
Okay, maraming salamat kay Aldzar Aurelio ng Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center. At samantala mga kasama, sa mga may tanong ho sa Pag-ibig Fund, atin natin kung may available po na resource person ngayong araw na ito. At ating text line ay 0921-431-1044. Maaari tumawag sa 882-2371, 882-2373 at 882-2376. Oy, sa mga gumagamit po ng Globe, maaari kayong mag-text dito po sa atin 0956 802-6425, mga kasama. Yung binabanggit ho natin, mga kasama, na dapat ho, di ba, yung mga opisyal ng gobyerno, sila po ang magsilbing modelo sa mata po ng taong bayan. Kasi dito ho, ang nangyari kay si Congressman Rodolfo Pariñas, mga kasama, siya po ang House Majority Floor Leader. Isa po sa mataas na opisyal ng mababang kapulungan ng Kongreso. Nakita po sa may tiplex, mga kasama. 5 ho sila mga magkakasama, no? Magkakasunod na sports car. Yung mga kapwa motorista, ang maingay ho kapag sports car, talagang medyo kakabangka. Tapos lalampasan ka, mga kasama. Ramdam mo yung bilis na lumampas sa'yo. Nakunan po ng video, tapos huminto po sa isang gasoline station sa Tiplex, mga kasama, di ba? May gasoline station doon. Bumaba yung mga nagmamaneho ng mga mamahaling sports car. Ayun, nakita ho si Congressman Pariñas. Wala po tayong question ho, mga kasama, na kung yung yaman ho ni Congressman Pariñas, dahil sa kaya naman talagang magmay-ari ng mga mamahaling sasakyan. Pero bilang opisyal po ng gobyerno, mga kasama, nandyan po, nakasaad po sa ating batas. Dapat po maging simple lang po ang pamumuhay ng ating mga opisyal ng ating pamahalaan, mga kasama. At bukod dyan, bilang isang opisyal ng gobyerno, dapat ikaw ay magsilbing modelo sa pagsunod sa mga patakaran sa batas trapiko, mga kasama. Itong si Congressman Pariñas, mga kasama, siya po yung, di ba, matatandaan nyo, humiling na ma-exempt po, malibre sa mga paglabag sa trapiko yung mga kongresista, mga kasama. Siguro mas maganda magpaliwanag po rito si Congressman Rodolfo Pariñas. Samantala, mga kasama,
RMN Sentro Serbisyo.
Oy, eto ho, matindi hong trapiko, no? Yung grabe ho, naranasan sa paligid ng CCP Complex. Talagang kompleto ho, mga kasama, no? At planado. Bukod doon sa mga kapwa miyembro ng gabinete, may mga pakulo rin, no, na mga taga-suporta di umano ni Bongo dumagsa sa Senado. Grabe ho, mga kasama, no? Siguro sana hindi naman binayaran ng mga yan. At higit sa lahat, nagkaroon po ng koordinasyon sa lokal na pamahalaan para po sa problema posibleng idulot, no, sa trapiko. Yan na ho. Nako, grabe na roho, mga kasama. Alamin natin ang detalye mula kay Radyoman Grace Mariano.
DZXL Report.
Kasamang Eli, dumating na sa Senado itong si Special Assistant to the President, Christopher Bongo, para yan dun sa kontrobersyal na pagdinig sa pagbili ng warship para sa Philippine Navy, itong Navy frigate. At dito sa labas ng Senado, parang mayroong Duterte, parang may rally talaga ng mga taga-suporta ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Punong-puno ng kanya mga taga-suporta. Namumula itong labas ng gate ng Senado dahil nga itong Dzxl Avenue ba ito, yung street, no? Dahil nga ito yung mga taga-suporta rin ni Special Assistant to the President Bongo. At kanina meron pa silang may naka-megaphone, tapos may sinasabi ni sila na galing ng Rizal, mga ganon. Parang sila galing sa iba't ibang lugar, nagtipon-tipon dito.
Sino naman nag-organize yan, Grace? Kasi
wala
ako
silang sinasabing organizer, basta ang sinasabi nila, sila ay mga sumusuporta kay Christopher Bongo at naniniwala sila na siya ay inosente doon sa bintang na nakialam umano sa pagbili nitong o paghanap ng ano bang tawag doon, yung CMS data system para doon sa warship sa Philippine Navy. Punong-puno ng kanyang mga supporters, kaya yung mga sasakyan hindi makadaan, lumulusot pa isa-isa lamang dito po sa area ng CCP kung saan matatagpuan naman itong gusali ng ng Senado. Banggitin ko rin na doon naman kung dito sa labas punong-puno ng supporters niya, loob at labas Pagdating naman dun sa loob kasamang Eli, mga miyembro naman ng gabinete. Kaya ngayong biruan dito, mukhang merong cabinet meeting si Pangulong Duterte na lamang yung kulang kasi malapit na sila talagang makumpleto. Yung mga nakita ko kanina dito, si Communication Secretary Martin Andanar, dumating na rin si Communication Assistant Secretary Mocha Uson, pati nga ang Director ng PCSO, Sandra Cam, andito. Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre ay nandito din. DFA, Foreign Affairs Secretary Alan Peter Cayetano andito rin. At pati yung iba pang mga taga-suporta na hindi kasama sa gobyerno katulad ni Robin Padilla, nandito na din siya. Kasamang Eli, magbabalik ako 9:30 yung sinasabing, yung target na start ng pagdinig at aantabayanan din natin kung ito ba'y gagawin sa executive session, kung meron bang matatouch na aspeto ng national security natin at kung ano ba yung mga isisiwalat dito ni Secretary Bongo. Kasi ang sabi niya sa mga supporters niya kanina, sabi niya, huwag kayong mag-alala, sabi niya gano'n. Ilalahad ko ang katotohanan, sabi niya gano'n. At wala daw nga siyang kinalaman. So mamaya po balik tayo para sa pagdinig ng Senate Committee on National Defense and Security. Ang chairman niyan ay si Senator Gringo Hunasan tungkol dito sa controversial na pagbili ng warship. 15.7 billion pesos yung halaga ng deal na yan. No warship para sa Philippine Navy. Mula dito sa Senado, Radyoman Grace Mariano ng Dzxl 558, Tatak Aremen.
DZXL Report.
Okay mga kasama, yan po ang report ni Radyoman Grace Mariano. Mga kasama, dyan po sa Senado. Okay po mga kasama na siyempre dapat lang po na suportahan ng mga kapwa miyembro ng gabinete. Ito pong si Presidential Assistant Bongo mga kasama. Pero, may mga nagrarally pa sa labas. Halata namang parang may nag-organisa. Dapat simple lang, di ba? Simpleng-simple lang naman ho mga kasama. Tatanungin lang naman yung ano ba talaga ang dahilan, bakit meron pong marginal note. Ito pong si Defense Secretary Lorenzana na kung saan ibinigay po sa liderato ng Philippine Navy at may binabanggit daw po kasi nabanggit po yung pangalan ni Presidential Assistant Bongo. Yung lang naman, parang napakalaking, pinalaki hong issue. Imbis na hindi po masyado mapapansin, mapapansin ngayon kasi may nag-rally pa ho mga kasama. Grabe naman ho. Talagang ano bang gustong ipakita ho rito mga kasama? Simple lang naman, sasagutin na hindi totoo yan. Wala akong alam di yan. Di naman, tapos na ho mga kasama. Pero ganyan ho talaga mga kasama, sandali lang ho At magpapaalala muna tayo. Oras, 9:43.
That time check was brought to you by Bygone. It's good to be tough. S.C. Johnson.
Panatilihing masaya ang paglilibang. Ang paglalaro sa kasino ay para sa may edad 21 pataas lamang. Magtakda ng oras at limitahan ang gastos sa paglalaro. Huwag magsugal kung nalulungkot. Huwag hayaang makasira ng buhay at pamilya. Para sa impormasyon ukol sa responsible gaming, tumawag lamang sa hotline 521-0957 o bisitahin ang www.pagcor.ph/regulatory.php. Isang mensahe mula sa PAGCOR. Keep it fun. Game responsibly.
Ang bahagi ito hatid sa inyo ng PAGCOR. Handa ang PAGCOR na patuloy na maghatid ng tulong sa mga mamamayan ng lalawigan ng Albay na apektado ng pag-albruto ng Bulkang Mayon. Ito po ang ginahayag ni Jimmy Bondoc, ang Vice President for Corporate Social Responsibility Group ng PAGCOR, makarang iulat ng PBOX na maaring tumagal ng ilang buwan ang aktibidad ng nasabing bulkan. Ayon po kay Bondoc, patuloy ang pagpapadala ng kanilang ahensya ng mga tauhan para magsagawa ng relief operations sa evacuation centers sa iba't ibang bayan sa Albay hanggat hindi nagbabalik sa normal ang sitwasyon sa lalawigan. Ang PAGCOR ay araw-araw na namamahagi ng mga lutong pagkain sa libo-libong evacuees sa mga bayan ng Daraga, Kamalig, Malilipot at Ginubatan at sa mga lungsod ng Tabaco at Ligawa. Bukod sa mga pagkain, namigay rin ang PAGCOR sa ilang evacuees ng water container at mga banig. Plano umano na ni Bondoc na irekomenda sa top management ng ahensya ang pagsulong ng livelihood program para sa mga evacuees matapos mawala ng mga ito ng mga kabuhayan bunsod ng mapaminsalang pagbuga ng abo mula po sa bulkan. Ang bahagi ito hatid sa inyo ng PAGCOR.
DZXL 558 RMN Manila Extra Large sa serbisyo publiko. RMN Sentro Serbisyo.
Oras na natin mga kasama, 9:35 na po ng umaga at nagsisimula na po ang Senate hearing na may kinalaman po sa frigate deal. Alamin natin ang balita mula kay Radyoman Grace Mariano.
DZXL Report.
In aid of legislation filed by Senators
Grace. Okay, nagsasalita na po itong si Senator Gringo Honasan na siyang chairman ng National Defense and Security Committee. At katabi ho ni Senator Honasan, maganda ho ito, no? At si Senator Antonio Trillanes na parehong mga dating militar din makasama. Alamin natin kay Radyoman Grace Mariano.
DZXL Report.
Grace.
Pakinggan na po natin ang pagdinig ng Senate Committee on National Defense and Security. Pinamumunuan po yan ni Senator Gringo Honasan patungkol nga dito sa kontrobersyal na pagbili ng warship para sa Philippine Navy.
DZXL Special Coverage.
to uphold the sovereignty and preserve the patrimony of our country. It is further strengthened by Republic Act number 10349, which provides for the establishment of a defense system capable of addressing the threats to national security, internal and external, among other significant amended provisions of this law. In other words, to develop a minimum deterrent capability para wag naman tayo masyadong aapihin at pagsamantalahan yung mga karatig bansa natin. In this inquiry, the committee hopes to identify and address challenges and constraints, including those concerns raised in PS Resolution 584 that slow down or prevent the successful implementation of this law. At the end of the day, we expect to come up with a resolution to recommend necessary legislative interventions. Kaya tinawag itong in aid of legislation. We also need to conduct a sunset review of Republic Act number 7898 as amended by Republic Act number 10349. Kaya this is an opportunity to discuss and evaluate the effect of these laws as well as the performance and organizational structure of the implementing agencies for purposes of determining remedial legislation. Actually, down the line, your committee might recommend the holding of a joint congressional Committee on AFP Modernization Program hearing, which is the more proper venue. But the intention really, as we conduct the sunset review, is to find out if these laws achieve its intended objectives. Let us proceed. If any resource person believes that the matter being discussed involves national security, he or she may request for an executive session to determine the need to discuss in aid of legislation. Ang ibig sabihin nito, kung may mga impormasyon na sensitive na hindi kailangang malaman ng mga interested parties, your committee is not inclined to expose our strengths and weaknesses as a nation, including our systems, to friend or foe. So, this is a least preferred option. Anyway, when we go to details, we don't really need the details. We just hammer on the issues that are at hand. May I now direct the committee secretary to administer the oath to the resource persons present. Comsec?
For those who will be administered the oath, kindly stand and please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this inquiry in aid of legislation of the committee? Thank you very much, sir. Kindly take your seats.
Before we proceed, let me again put on record in order of arrival, because this will be the order of questioning. Our Vice Chairman, Senator Lacson, followed by Senator Soto, Senator Ejercito, Senator Escudero, Senator Trillanes, Senator Binay, and Senator Villar. We will, for management of time, of material time, we will allow each resource person to give statements or a presentation before this committee for 5 minutes. Subsequently, for purposes of an orderly proceeding, the senators will be allowed to propound questions in order of their arrival
Threat
for
has
7
been
minutes.
detected.
You'll be liberal, no? Yung 7 minutes for the questions. Any explanation, preparatory explanation, will be more liberal. But I would like to appeal to everybody that your committee will try to manage this so that the issues will be addressed. I think the hearing should be characterized by mutual respect. And since all of us love our country, and it is inherent in our culture not to use any public forum as a vehicle for insulting each other. No, these are just ground rules. We deal with the issues to the resource persons. Just be straightforward, no? Give the information. Because we are trying to avoid the situation where on the basis of limited, incomplete, inaccurate information, the public will begin to make unwarranted conclusions. Ang tawag dito ay trial by publicity. We want to protect the rights, the integrity, the reputation of everybody, especially the resource persons. So, I just wanted to put that on the record para we can conduct this in the proper manner. The Vice Chairman and I have conferred that the Chair will have first crack. I will go through the resolution with 13 whereases. I will read into the record, and then I will ask the appropriate resource persons for a yes or no, followed subsequently by submissions, which your committee will process to reconcile so that we can determine any inconsistencies as a basis for a committee report. First, whereas, Republic Act number 7898 or the Armed Forces of the Philippines Modernization Act. By the way, the title of the resolution is a resolution directing the Committee on National Defense and Security and the Congressional Oversight Committee on the Armed Forces of the Philippines Modernization Act to conduct an inquiry in aid of legislation on the status of the AFP modernization program, particularly the acquisition of 2 Philippine Navy PN frigates. So we will be bound by the parameters set in the resolution. Going back to the first whereas. AFP Modernization Act aimed to modernize all branches of the AFP such as the Philippine Air Force, Philippine Navy, and the Philippine Army. This is procedural. Your committee can validate this. Whereas the original AFP modernization program had a total outlay of 331.62 billion. However, only 63.39 billion of its budget was released. Third whereas, on 11 December 2012, Republic Act number 10349 was signed to extend the modernization budget of 75 billion for the first 5 years to continue modernizing all branches of the AFP. The AFP modernization program entails the development and employment of certain capabilities that can address the assessed threats, which includes those arising from conflicting claims on the West Philippine Sea. Fourth whereas, similar to the 2017 General Appropriations Act, or GAA, the amount of 25 billion was set aside in 2018, in the 2018 General Appropriations Act for the AFP Modernization Program, which includes the acquisition of brand new attack helicopters, tanks, and other military hardware. Now, in the fifth whereas the first military contract signed under the Duterte administration, and among the biggest items in the AFP modernization program is the acquisition of 2 missile-capable frigates for the Philippine Navy. It was initiated by the Aquino administration in October 2015 to beef up the country's territorial defense and disaster response capabilities. Currently, the Philippine Navy's most capable warships are 2 former United States Coast Guard ships. So in the fifth whereas, please allow the Chair to ask former Secretary of National Defense Voltaire Gasmin if this is confirmed. And what does initiated by the Aquino administration mean technically? Secretary Gasmin, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Before answering your question, may I be allowed to read my written statement, very short written statement, Your Honor.
Please go ahead, sir.
First of all, allow me to express our sincerest gratitude to the Honorable Chairperson of the Committee on National Defense and Security and its honorable members for inviting us to attend this very important meeting. I would like to again reiterate our profound appreciation on behalf of the previous officials of the Department of National Defense for the very substantial budgetary support allotted for the defense and military establishments in the recent years. Through this substantial support, the Department of National Defense and Armed Forces of the Philippines were able to initiate various procurement projects for major defense equipment badly needed by the AFP. With utmost humility, I would want to state that we did our best in implementing the procurement of this equipment and would even opine that many equipment, and requirements of the AFP were delivered. However, as our term was drawing to a close, we were very mindful of the forthcoming transition of the government in 2016 in the various laws and rules that regulate government spending during this transition period. I was advised that procurement activities could continue during this transition period. However, we should refrain from issuing any awards or executing contracts. This is what we did in the procurement of the frigates of the Philippine Navy. As obliged and authorized by law, the Bids and Awards Committee proceeded with the bidding and other related activities while we were still at the Department of National Defense. But I did not issue any approval for awarding of the projects and other subsequent steps during the transition period without unduly delaying the projects in accordance with the strictness interpretation of the law, and to give the next administration the opportunity to issue or not to issue the necessary approval. Again, thank you very much for the time you have given me to issue this statement. As per your question, yes, we initiated the procurement of the frigate procurement project.
Secretary Gasmin, having said that, can you please submit to your committee supporting documents that will support your response to the question of the chair?
Mr. Chairman, we do not have the records, but the Department of National Defense has the records, and we will coordinate with them.
Okay, the chair notices that former DND Bids and Awards Committee Chairman General Ernesto Boac is here.
Present, Mr. Chairman.
General Boac, can you answer the same question?
Yes, sir.
It was initiated by the Aquino administration in October 2015. I'm not implying anything, no? The chair just wants a clarification of what technically initiated means. Nagkapirmahan ba? Natapos ba yung kontrata? Was the contract perfected? A simple yes or no, and then follow through na lang with your supporting documents.
Yes, sir. The project was undertaken by the previous DND Bids and Awards Committee up to the time of the recommendation of the DND Bids and Awards Committee to the Secretary of National Defense recommending to issue the notice of award.
Okay.
That was in the second week of June, Mr. Chairman, Your Honors.
Thank you. So the same request, supporting documents, which your committee will reconcile. Now, going to the sixth, whereas according to the 20 October 2017 Department of National Defense DND report on the status of the frigate acquisition project, 4 companies participated in the bidding, with Garden Rich Shipbuilders and Engineer GRSE as the lowest calculated bidder, and Hyundai Heavy Industries as the second lowest calculated bidder, using the public bidding mode of procurement as defined in our procurement laws. The bid price offered by GRSE was 15,047,704,000, while Hyundai Heavy Industries bid was 15,744,571,584. Secretary Lorenzana, do you confirm this?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I confirm that, sir.
Okay, can
We will submit documents to support this.
We will. I'm asking for the submission of documents.
Yes, sir.
As input to your committee, para we can reconcile this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's the sixth whereas. The seventh whereas. Whereas on 18 August 2016, Department of National Defense Secretary Delphine N. Lorenzana signed the notice of award in favor of Hyundai Heavy Industries after the South Korean company has been declared the lowest calculated response bidder, LCRB, for the project. GRSE was disqualified for failure to meet the net financial contracting capacity, NFCC, requirement of the project. HSI or Hyundai received the notice to proceed from DND on 13 December 2016, and according to Hyundai, the 2,600-ton ships will be delivered by 2020. Secretary Lorenzana, do you confirm this?
Confirm, Mr. Chairman.
Again, please submit the supporting documents that
Yes, sir.
will support your reply.
Yes, sir.
Number 8, whereas Navy Flag Officer in Command, Vice Admiral Ronald Joseph Mercado allegedly resisted the DND's implementation of the 16 billion project to acquire the frigates. Mercado, I'm reading the resolution. Mercado supported the Philippine Navy project management team stand on the issues against Hyundai Heavy Industries. Is Vice Admiral Mercado here? Vice Admiral Mercado, do you confirm this?
On the second sentence, that I supported the Philippine Navy project management team, that is correct, Your Honor. On the first sentence, it states that I resisted. Well, anyway, it says allegedly. Yes, Mr. Chair, I confirm it.
Can you, for the benefit not only of the committee, but for the benefit of the ultimate beneficiaries of these policies?
It says here that, may I read, Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Whereas Navy Flag Officer in Command Vice Admiral Ronald Joseph Mercado allegedly resisted the DND's implementation of the 16 billion project to acquire the frigates. I did not actually resist the implementation. In my PowerPoint presentation later on, Mr. Chair, I'm going to show my actions pertaining to the implementation of the frigate acquisition project.
Yes, we appreciate that because the chair cannot imagine how you resist something like this. No?
Precisely.
You have to qualify that. Anyway, so again, okay.
I'm not confirming the first line.
Okay.
I'm confirming the second sentence.
We're trying to reduce this to yes or no so that we can pave the way for subsequent questions.
No on the first, yes on the second.
Okay. Okay. So supporting documents, any corroborating statements that will support your response to the question of the chair, please do so. No?
Mr.
Mr.
Chair,
yes.
just a question. Following the opening statement of Secretary Gasmin, will I be given a chance?
Yes, of course. Yeah, we're just managing this. We're laying the premise, no, the groundwork.
Thank you,
and
Mr.
we're
Chair.
bound by the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Fair enough, Admiral Mercado?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Mr.
thank you.
Chairman, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Sir, can we also provide supporting documents for this number 8, whereas specifically on the first statement that Vice Admiral Mercado resisted the DND's implementation of the project.
Yes, Secretary Lonsana.
Yes, sir.
Keep them coming.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that your committee will sort them out. Okay. Number 9, whereas on 18 December 2017, Vice Admiral Mercado, who was supposed to serve as Philippine Navy Chief until March 2018, has been relieved from his post through a verbal directive. In a news conference on 20 December 2017, DND Secretary Lorenzana said the decision to fire Mercado was his. Again, I'm reading from the resolution. Mercado was replaced by Rear Admiral Robert Empedrat, the AFP Deputy Chief of Staff for Reserve and Retiree Affairs. Okay, first, Vice Admiral Mercado. Yes or no? Do you confirm this?
Again, on the first line, partially yes, because it's not a verbal directive. It was just a text message sent to me.
A text message?
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Now, let me ask Secretary Lorenzana. Secretary Lorenzana said that the decision to fire Mercado was his. Mercado was replaced by Rear Admiral Robert Empedrat. Confirm?
Confirm, sir.
Okay. Rear Admiral Empedrat is here?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Do you confirm that you replaced?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you were the AP Deputy Chief of Staff for Reserve and Retiree Affairs?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Secretary Lorenzana, no? Let me ask a quick,
Yes, Mr.
quick
Chairman.
question. You can make this submission. How do you relieve people in the military organization? Because if you listen to media, may mga words na unceremoniously. Is it in the law or in the AP regulations that there must be a ceremony when you relieve people?
Yes, sir. I think that is the traditional
That's the
custom.
tradition.
The traditional custom. But people will relieve before quickly and without any ceremonies. So in the case of Admiral Mercado, he was unceremoniously relieved because there was no ceremony. Maybe. That's why it's called unceremoniously relieved.
But the ceremony is tradition, not prescribed
Yes,
by
sir.
law. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So without proper celebration, you can relieve people.
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Clear. Okay. The 10th whereas the Philippine Navy's contract with Hyundai stipulates options between Hanwha Thales of South Korea, a subcontractor of Hyundai, and Tacticos Thales of Netherlands to provide, ito ngayon, the Combat Management System or CMS for the warships. Mercado allegedly insisted on tapping Tacticos Thales to install the Combat Management System on the two frigates because of the dissolution of the Hanwha Thales Consortium in July 2016 before the contract with the HSI was signed. However, HSI, referring to Hyundai, wanted to use Hanwha Systems, the subcontractor that replaced Hanwha Thales. Now, Vice Admiral Mercado, you are mentioned again here. Confirm, deny.
Confirm, Your Honor.
Okay. Again, the request of the chair, no, the committee, just make the necessary submissions to support this.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. 11th, whereas as published in various news reports to address the issue with the Philippine Navy Project Management Team, Secretary Lorenzana allegedly formed a steering committee headed by DND Undersecretary for Finance, Munitions, Installations, and Material, Raimundo Elepante, which submitted a resolution affirming Hyundai's selection of the Combat Management System provider. I will ask now again, Secretary Lorenzana, confirm.
That is confirmed, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Again, submissions.
We will submit the necessary documents, sir.
Is Yusek Elepante here? Yusek Elepante, do you confirm this?
Confirm, sir. We will submit, sir.
Thank you. Second to the last, whereas according to the DND report, the Philippine Navy submitted to DND its position paper on the selection of the Combat Management System in October 2017. Secretary Lorenzana then instructed the AFP to proceed with the implementation of the project pursuant to the provisions of the contract with HSI or Hyundai. Secretary Lorenzana.
Confirm, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
and we will
submission.
submit the necessary documents.
Ito, last. Whereas in the first week of December 2017, the steering committee headed by Undersecretary Elepante was dissolved. There have been allegations that the formation of said committee in the first place violated the Government Procurement Act. Medyo seryoso ito. They violated the law, which does not provide for the creation of a steering committee, but for a technical working group to serve as the technical arm for the Bids and Awards Committee, composed of technical, financial, and or legal experts. That's the last whereas. Secretary, before Secretary Lorenzana, no? Okay, Secretary Lorenzana. Confirm?
Yes, sir, that's confirmed. But the steering committee is was only formed to resolve the dispute between the CMS. It is not to discuss technical specifications of the ship.
Okay.
We will submit the documents, sir.
Okay, Yusek Elepante, confirm?
No, sir. It does not violate the
modernization.
Confirm, sir. But no, it does not violate the Government Procurement Act, since the steering committee's purpose, which is in the department order, which is different from the task of the technical working group, the technical arm of the Bids and Awards Committee, sir. And we will submit, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now, before we proceed, in order of arrival, I will reiterate this. giving each senator 7 minutes to propound their questions without prejudice to the preparatory statements. No? Senator Lacson, Senator Soto, Senator Ejercito, Senator Trillanes, Senator Binay, Senator Villar, Senator Pacquiao, Senator Subiri, and Senator Hontiveros. Thank you, gentlemen, for your initial responses. I now turn you over to the Vice Chairman of the committee for his opening statements and his questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our career ends when we retire. Our character stays up to the day we die. My interest in this issue at hand, Mr. Chairman, lies on my being an author and the principal sponsor of the revised AFP Modernization Law, or RA 10349, sometime in 2012 in the 15th Congress. Also, I feel for those whose reputation may have been sullied after being accused based on some tenuous allegations in relation to the 18 billion peso fund allocation initially earmarked for the frigate acquisition project of the Philippine Navy and the AFP to be sourced from 75 billion peso appropriations for the revised AFP modernization program. I myself had been vilified like nobody's business in the past, so I can easily relate to them as a matter of experience. Upon the other hand, I join every taxpayer in this country in condemning those whose insatiable greed always gets the better of them and will do whatever it takes to pursue possible criminal charges against those to be found involved in the shenanigan, if any. I did my own investigation, as I always do before attending a Senate inquiry like this one today, and it was easy to conclude that something went wrong with an otherwise noble endeavor to modernize our Navy fleet. To set the tone of this inquiry, let me ask Vice Admiral Mercado. But before I shoot my first question, may I state for the record that I had asked about you and your service record and reputation, as it is my habit to do so before I confront a resource person in our Senate investigations. You have a pretty solid service reputation respected by peers, superiors, and subordinates. Based on my initial findings, it is quite difficult for me to doubt your integrity. I hope I will not be proven wrong in the course of this hearing. Back to my question, during the entire process of the frigate acquisition project, did it ever occur to you that Secretary Bongo may have had any personal interest, even on behalf of his principal, the Commander-in-Chief and President of the Republic, Rodrigo Roa Duterte? Yes or no?
Mr. Chairman, may I be given the opportunity to read my opening statement, because my opening
Please
statement...
answer my question first.
If Secretary Bongo...
Did it ever occur to you in the course or in the entire process of this FAP, Frigate Acquisition Project, may have had any personal interest, or even on behalf of his principal? That's
no,
answer.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Yeah, you may expound on your answer.
Vice Admiral Mercado, please proceed.
Honorable Chairman and members of the Senate Committee on National Defense and Security, a pleasant morning and mabuhay. Huya to all other Navy sailors. I would like to thank you for conducting this investigation in aid of legislation in order to ferret the truth concerning the frigate acquisition project, which I consider as the most significant procurement project and a giant leap in the capability and the history of the Philippine Navy. Before I was relieved as the flag officer in command, I have diligently served the Philippine Navy in various capacities. I was the commander of the Assault Craft Force and then the Offshore Combat Force of the Philippine Navy. I had operational stint as the commander of Naval Forces Central in Cebu. At Headquarters Philippine Navy, I was the Chief of Naval Staff for a year before I became the Vice Commander of the Philippine Navy. I became the Commander of Philippine Fleet before I became the Commander of Western Command in Palawan. As FOIC PN, I take pride in saying that with the efforts of all fleet and marine units and personnel, the Philippine Navy was rated by the AFP Inspector General as the best performing major service command for calendar year 2017. Since calendar year 2013, I have handled other Philippine Navy modernization projects, to wit, the multipurpose attack craft Mark III with missiles, projected to be completed this year, the Del Pilar-class frigate upgrade project, and the Cinto-class patrol vessel combat systems upgrade. On December 18, 2017, or less than 3 months prior to my retirement, I was surprised to learn that I am being relieved of my post as the Flag Officer of Command of the Philippine Navy, allegedly for insubordination and for insisting on Thales Tacticos as the combat management system for the Philippine Navy Brigade. Please allow me to set for the records that I have never disobeyed any lawful order of my superior. I take pride in and treasure my profession the way I do to my name, my family, honor, and reputation. In my entire service to the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine Navy in particular, I have never been accused nor convicted of any malfeasance, misfeasance, and or nonfeasance in the performance of my functions. As regards the issue of insisting on Thales Tacticos as the combat management system of the Philippine Navy Frigate, I vehemently deny this allegation. In the first place, how did Thales Tacticos become involved in the Philippine Navy Frigate acquisition project? I will explain later in my PowerPoint presentation that it was HHI or Hyundai, the winning supplier of the frigate acquisition project, that offered Thales Tacticos to the D&D Philippine Navy during the bidding process. My PowerPoint presentation will provide you more particular details on this issue, as well as other issues involving the frigate acquisition project. Because it was the first question asked of me, and having been pestered by the media so many times, let me reiterate that as regards the January 2017 letter that was given to me by the Secretary Lorenzana, Secretary Bongo never approached me to inquire about the frigate acquisition project, neither did he make any form of communication to influence my decision-making as the end user and Flag Officer Command of the Philippine Navy. Your Honors, as my closing statement, I would like to thank this committee for providing a venue to present information on the frigate acquisition project. I am one with you in ensuring that the men and women of the Philippine Navy is provided with the right warship that they can deploy, operate, and maintain to deliver its mandate to protect our seas. As a former FOIC, and now just a senior Navy officer, it is my duty to help the Philippine Navy maintain its course in building a strong and credible Navy that our maritime nation will be proud of. Again, thank you, sirs, and mabuhay.
Thank you, Vice Admiral Mercado.
May I proceed, Mr. Chairman?
Please proceed, Senator
My
Lacson.
next question is addressed to HHI. Ms. Sandra Han, are you representing the Hyundai Heavy Industries? Sandra Han, not Sandra Kam. My question is, as early as 2015, Hyundai Heavy Industries has been listed as an improper business entity, ever since, and banned from participating in tenders for state-led public projects for 2 years. In fact, it started in 2013, di ba? It is in relation to the country's nuclear power projects in the United Arab Emirates. And an executive has been convicted in the said case. Now, though it filed a court injunction and annulment of restriction, it lost in the first trial in 2015, and the appeal was rejected in August of 2017. Even the Korean Supreme Court ruled with finality the suspension of HHI. Why did you not disclose this to the Philippine Navy, to the DND, and the AFP?
Your Honor, yes, I am representing Hyundai Heavy Industry at this moment. I hereby to authorize to make any statement of the question. If
Please,
you may,
please answer my question first.
Yes.
Why did you not inform, or why did HHI not inform the Philippine Navy, the AFP, the DND, that you were banned by a lower court in South Korea?
First of all, we didn't have any blacklist in our country. And second of all, and nobody was informing to submit any kind of the documents on that. And third, and that we didn't have any alerts of the this kind of what's it? The Korean law is not following. And the point is here that we
Excuse
didn't
me,
have.
Do you have an interpreter?
No, sir.
Maybe we, we're having difficulty understanding each other, because my question is very simple.
Yes po.
Oh, marunong pala eh. Because it's a matter of record. Even in South Korea, it's all over the papers, it's all over the news.
It was banned by the CAPCO. However, the Supreme Court was determined the decision and efficient in December 2017. Therefore, we didn't have any obligation to inform to the Philippines.
But you have been convicted, or there was an adverse
Your
decision.
Honor, we didn't have any blacklist at that time.
So there was a case pending, and in fact, the lower court already ruled adversely.
Your Honor, as far as I know that we didn't have any information, sir.
Anyway, you didn't have any information?
We didn't get any information on this matter, and we didn't have a
But
blacklist.
Most if not all South Koreans knew at the time that you were facing suspension. And it was only a matter, because you were, actually you were appealing the case, right? But there was already a decision rendered by the lower court. And I would like to throw the same question to the defense establishment. Did you conduct due diligence in this regard? Did you know when you were
No, sir.
negotiating with
I
Hyundai?
think that could be answered by the original back, sir, by the Awards Committee. Because when we assume office, we are just about to award the notice of award and sign the contract. But all this time it was.
Secretary Lorenzana.
Yes,
but
sir.
even before you signed the contract agreement on October 24 of 2016, di ba? And before that, in August of 2016, you signed the notice of award.
Yes, sir.
Could you not have, refrained from signing the notice of award and the contract agreement if you conducted due diligence in this regard?
No, sir. We did not know about this blacklisting.
You did not know?
Yes, sir. We just presume that the previous back did their due diligence, and they're just continuing their job.
So there was no due diligence, because if you had due diligence, if you did due diligence, may heads up, may ano to, di ba? May alarm ito.
We just
May red flag.
We just there's a presumption of regularity in the process there, because we're just continuing what the previous back has done, and it's they've been doing it for the past 2 years.
Question.
Yes, sir.
What do you intend to do now, knowing that they have been suspended by the Korean Supreme Court to engage in state-led or participate in state-led tenders in the special ship and warship acquisitions. Specific yun sa ruling.
But
What do you intend to do now?
I think, sir, we will still implement the project because they are still capable of doing the frigate.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Why are you not implementing the project up to now?
It is being implemented, sir, but it has been delayed for 3 months already. It is being implemented, sir. We have people there already in Korea. Owner's team is already there talking with the Hyundai people.
So regardless of the issues that are, cropping up now, you still intend to pursue?
Yes, sir, because it's a perfected contract, and we sign a contract with them, and we expect that the frigate will be delivered on time by sometime 2020, the first frigate.
Okay, we'll go to some details. I'd like to ask Commander Bartolome, being a member of the TWG, did you question the propriety of leaving the choice of the weapons to the HHI and not the PN as the end user? Do you confirm that? So what happened after you questioned?
Can I explain, Your Honor, what happened during that workshop? During that workshop, Your Honor, it was discussed that HHI will select subsystems. So I did not agree with that. So I asked for the suspension of the meeting, to ask for the HHI management and Navy leadership to talk what will be the decision for that. And after that, that is no longer a technical issue. So it was referred to our legal officer of the technical working group, sir.
So was it resolved right there and then?
Yes, sir.
How was it resolved?
The legal officer said that it is within the law and
and within the prerogative of the of HHI to choose your weapons.
Maybe, sir, the legal officer, Your Honor, the legal officer can answer that because after I questioned
Who is
that.
the legal officer? Attorney Daanoy or? Ikaw pala, halika. Sabi ko nga kanina, umupo ka na dyan. You are Colonel Dayos. Yeah, please explain.
Good morning, Your Honors, Mr. Chair. During the workshop, Your Honors, wherein Hyundai and representatives of the Navy were there to discuss on the formulation of the contract and other attachments to the contract, we had a discussion regarding the maker's list. And during that time, sir, of course, I was asked by our chairman, the FOIC Admiral Empedrad.
Major Dayo, Senator Lacson, before you proceed, can we ask the COMSEC to administer the oath?
Sir, I took my oath already.
Okay. Thank you.
May I continue, sir? Okay, sir. So during the time, sir, we were drafting also the maker's list. The maker's list is the list of systems that will be put in place to our frigates. We have to emphasize, Mr. Chair, that the list...
Who makes the final maker list? The Philippine Navy or HHI?
We were the one who drafted the maker's list.
So the Philippine Navy?
Yes, sir.
So you have the choice of the weapons?
It
or
was
the subsystem?
If I may further explain, sir, the list of items that were included in the maker's list were the items submitted during the SOBE, which were declared passed, and which were also evaluated by the post-qualification team during our conduct of post-qualification. So we were not allowing any addition to the items that were considered already. Only the choice was given to HHI in selecting from among those that were submitted during the SOBE and considered during the post-qual. We were not allowing any addition, sir.
What is your basic reference dito sa inyong maker list? Yung Joint Communications, Electronics, Information Systems Board Resolution, di ba? 01, 05, 02, 16. Is that correct? That is your basic reference, di ba?
Yes, sir.
There was a board resolution last February 5 of 2016. Ito yung JSE or JCEISB. And this is your, sabihin natin, Bible pagdating doon sa tinatawag na Combat Management System. By the way, I'd like to ask Yusek Elefante, being the head of the steering committee, what do you know about CMS?
Yes, sir. The CMS, sir, is the combat management system wherein all electronically operated system, like for example, the missile system, the communication system is integrated with that kind of system, sir.
In other words, this is the heart and soul.
Yes, sir.
Ito yung, kumbaga sa tao, ito yung 5 senses.
Yes,
diba?
sir.
Kasi sa Navy, ang sabi nila, pag una ka nakita ng kalaban mo, tepo ka. You should remain invisible, yun ang yung defense, hindi ba? And pag nagkamali tayo sa combat management system, mamamatay yung ating mga sailors. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So dapat tayo yung namimili ng maker list. Dapat yung items, talagang Philippine Navy yung ipaubaya natin doon sa end user. After all, sila mamamatay, hindi naman yung HHI. Mr. Chairman, I think I've consumed my 7 minutes, so I'll just proceed in the second and in the next round to give the others.
Mr. Chairman, I only have one question, so I'll give my 6 minutes to Senator Lacson. Continue because we want to be enlightened more.
Senator Lacson, would you like to proceed?
Yes, please, Yusek Elefante.
Yes, sir.
Kindly enlighten us to some more to sa CMS. Or anybody for that matter. I think Commodore Villa, you were once PMT head.
Yes, sir. I'm the former...
Pakienlighten mo nga yung committee. Ano ba itong CMS? Ano ba itong Link 16? Ano ba itong Joint Communications Electronics Information Systems Board resolution?
Sir, before I give the details on the CMS, let me first thank the Honorable Chairman for this inquiry. This is a rare chance for the Philippine Navy to give what is the real issue on this frigate program. And this is also a rare opportunity for us, for the Philippine Navy, to have a brand new ship. I was once the offshore combat force of the Philippine Fleet, Philippine Navy, and I am in charge of the warships. And right now, we are having difficulty maintaining our legacy vessel. And this modernization program is a major step for us, for the Philippines, to acquire a brand new ship. That's why when I was the head of the project management team, we see to it that the pursuit of the Navy's interest is paramount. And relatedly, sir, CMS is one of the contentious issues that haunted this frigate acquisition program. The CMS is the brain of the warship. This integrate the sensors, communication, and the weapon systems. So ito po yung pinaka-brain ng lahat ng barko. And yung soul niya, or yung heart niya, is the machinery. Ito yung nagpapatakbo ng barko po natin. And dun sa CMS, meron po siyang sinasabi tayong tactical data link. Yung tactical data link, siya po yung nagbibigay ng common operating picture. Kung ano nakikita ng warship, yun ang nakikita ng eroplano, at yun ang nakikita ng command and control sa base.
So interoperability.
Yes, sir.
Ito yung para may coordination.
Common operating picture po, sir.
Okay.
So, yun po yung pinaka-brain at
Commodore Villa, the permission of Senator Lacson, you are telling your committee, and we want the people informed about this, no? Na walang problema dun sa platform. Sa barko, yung hull. Ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, yung combat manage, the subsystems, yung binanggit kanina ni Commander Bartolome. Is this correct?
Sir, actually, we are now in the critical design review. Or dito po yung stage kung saan lahat na design, drawings, o pinaka-blueprint ng frigate natin at yung capability na gusto natin, yung 4 dimensions of warfare, anti-air, anti-submarine, anti-surface, and electronic warfare, dito po natin i-integrate lahat ang plan. Nasa stage po tayo niyan. At ang CMS is just
Governor
part
Villa,
of that.
I'll go back to my question. I'll insist on this. So hindi mo pwedeng ihiwalay yung design ng combat management system dun sa barko mismo. It's an integrated system. Is that what you're telling us?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
So
ang barko po ay isang
you're
system.
designing practically an entire ship to respond to our needs.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Tama po, Mr. Chairman.
I'm sorry for interrupting. Please proceed.
So, dun sa critical design review, isang part lang po itong CMS. At kung saan maraming issues yung dumating. And I hope that the members of the other members of the project management team at the DND can elucidate.
Muna, no? Meron ka namang PowerPoint presentation siguro to further, di ba, expound on this particular issue?
Sir, mamaya po, sir.
Okay. Anyway, in fairness to Secretary Bongo, because we invited him here, I'd like him to respond to the manifestation and the reply to my question, yung kay Vice Admiral Mercado. Kindly respond to it, Secretary Bongo.
Secretary Bongo is recognized. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Before I answer that, Mr. Chair, can I give my opening statement?
Gaano katagal, Secretary Goyong?
Sir, mga 3 pages pero medyo malaki yung font nito. Mabilis lang, sir.
Okay lang. Basta pumasok dun sa 5 minutes. Please proceed.
Thank you. To the Honorable Chairman, members of the Committee on National Defense and Security, fellow public servants, and all others assembled here, ladies and gentlemen, magandang umaga po. I speak before this committee primarily for the purpose of clearing my name and ultimately for the purpose of getting to the bottom of this frigate controversy so that the Filipino people may know the whole truth. Sa totoo lang po, sobrang hirap sagutin ang mga bintang, wala ka namang kinalaman. I did not intervene in the acquisition of the 2 frigates by DND, nor interfere in the selection of its combat management system. That being said, I have no reason to cower and hide behind an executive session. I am ready and willing to face all these accusations in a public hearing. In fact, I have requested the Senate for a full-blown investigation on the matter. I thank the Chairman, Senator Gringo Honasan, for accommodating for a public and transparent hearing. Sa katunayan nga po, may interview ang isang senador na nandito ngayon at sinabi niya na wala akong kinalaman sa frigate acquisition. Sana po ay panindigan niya ito. Ang pinag-usapan po ngayon ay naging issue lamang ng maglabas ang Rappler at Inquirer ng fake news. At sinabing ako po ay nakialam. Dahil ang lahat na ito ay nagsimula galing sa isang irresponsible reporting. I would like also to sincerely request the Senate to continue with the hearing and investigation on fake news. At baka po, pwede ninyo ipatawag naman ang Rappler ang Inquirer sa susunod na hearing. At para naman matanong naman sila sa sinulat nilang balita. Hindi lang po ako ang biktima dito. Marami po tayo. Tapos na po ito sa panahon ng Aquino administration. Walang nabago, walang binago, walang nakialam, at walang pinakialaman sa kontrata. Pangit man pakinggan, pero matatawag po ito na photo finish ang kontrata. Dahil hinabol po ito bago matapos ang Aquino administration. Inosente at idinamay lang po ako sa isyong ito upang siraan ang administrasyon ni Pangulong Duterte. We are being castigated for endorsing a complaint to the proper agency, a mere routinary endorsement, which is one of the thousands of complaints we endorse as part of PRRD's agenda to open the gates and ears of Malacanang to all complaints against public officials and against the bureaucracy. Where else can the countless, helpless, and hopeless Filipino go if we close our doors to them? The thousands who have knocked our doors to elevate their concerns bear witness to the fact that this administration has been very receptive to their grievances. Malinaw po ang utos ng ating Pangulo na kahit noong mayor pa po siya ng Davao City, na lahat po ng mahinaing at reklamo na may laman ay dapat bigyan agad ng aksyon. This frigate project needs to be implemented now. When this country is faced with grave security threats. Labis na po kailangan ng Philippine Navy, sir, ang proyektong ito sa pagpatrolya sa ating mga karagatan. But this controversy is seriously derailing the implementation of this security measure. Perhaps this is really their intention to block the implementation of this important security program and ensure that this administration will fail. But we will not allow them to win. Because the truth is on our side, I am confident that the Senate will be a vehicle of truth than be used to advance other self-serving interests. We place our full trust in the Senate to put an end to this. Your Honor, ulitin ko lang po, mahirap sagutin ang mga bintang wala ka namang kinalaman. Thank you, Your Honors.
Thank you, Secretary Go.
Thank you. Thank you, Secretary Bongo. Kaya po nasangkot ang pangalan nyo dahil doon sa letter na tila inyabot yata ni Secretary Lorenzana kay Vice Admiral Mercado, hindi po ba? Kasi nakasulat doon sinasabi na mayroong dokumento na inyabot kayo. Tanungin ko lang si Secretary Lorenzana, inyabot po ba sa inyo yung dokumento, yung letter ng Hanwa? Kasi in the said letter, ito sinasabi rito, yung Hanwa representative said, no? And if I may quote directly from that letter, ito yung parang complaint ng Hanwa representative. At the moment, there is no logic or justification on the prepared list of PN where 7 equipment of Thales are included and so forth and so on. Si Secretary Bongo ba nagbigay sa inyo yung dokumento na yon?
Sir, hindi ko na matandaan kung sino nagbigay sa akin ito. But I found this in a stack of paper that was given to me in Malacanang. So I just assumed that it came from Bongo, and since binasa ko and makita ko na tungkol ito sa CMS, ipinasa ko naman kay Admiral Mercado. Now, I totally forgot about this paper, sir, kasi this was done in January 12, 2017. Nung pumutok na lang ito noong January last month, saka ko nakita itong papel na ito na meron pala akong pinirmahan na gano'n. I forgot about this because it's just routine to let them comment. Ang problema ito, hindi naman bumalik sa akin si Admiral Mercado to report to me what happened to this. I never get a reply to my instruction, and that's why I forgot all about it. Pero I did not receive this personally from him. But granting that this came from him, it is just a white paper, sir. And it is not, wala namang nagsasabi rito na...
As a matter of fact, Secretary Lonsana, medyo confused ako dyan sa instruction mo dyan eh.
Oo nga, sir. Pati
kasi
ako,
while sinusustain mo yung HHI, hindi ba? Kailan matuloy na, but pinariribat mo pa.
the word rebuttal, sir, is, ang ibig kong sabihin yun is report and comment. Hindi kasi ako lawyer, kaya hindi ko alam ibig sabihin ng rebuttal ko minsan eh. Rebuttal pala, kontrahin mo yung isang bagay.
Yeah, no, but what I'm trying to say is, di ba gusto mo mag-push through na yung project, kaya nga medyo
yes, sir.
nagkaroon kayo ng misunderstanding na ni Vice Admiral Mercado.
Wala pa, sir. Wala pa, sir. Wala pa, because this is just 3 months, this done 3 months after I signed the contract eh.
Yeah,
and
you already signed the contract agreement, October 24.
Yes, sir.
Yung letter na yan, January.
January 12.
Okay. So, gusto mo na i-push through yung project. Ngayon, nagreklamo yung Hanwha, pinariribat mo ngayon sa Philippine Navy. Di ba parang hindi ma-reconcile yung position?
I think, sir, the rebuttal na ano ibig sabihin dito is not to contradict whatever. Ang gusto ko lang gawin ng FOIC is to answer this paper, kung ano man lang concern dito, in accordance with what is in the contract. Kasi alam niya, he was there all along. All the way from the start to the time that the contract was done, nandun palagi si Admiral Mercado. He knows the project.
Yes, and I understand it was Rear Admiral Empedrad, who is now FOIC, who defended the position of the Navy, di ba?
Yes,
that you are batting for Thales Tacticos of Netherlands.
Yes, Your Honor.
But how come ngayon parang pinupus mo na Hanwha?
Sir, I'm not pushing for Hanwha, but I still prefer Tacticos.
Up
However,
to now?
Yes, sir. However, the contract says that it is the supplier that will have the sole decision to decide what system to be put in our frigate.
Before the signing of the draft or the contract agreement, bago mo papirmahan o bago nyo papirmahan kay Secretary Lorenzana, iniskan nyo ba mabuti yung based on the minutes, ha? Kasi
Yes,
I assume that merong minutes yung technical working group, yung September 26 to 30.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hindi ba may nasingit doon na hindi naman na-take up doon sa TWG?
Sir,
doon nag-ugat yung controversy, hindi ba?
Yes,
The so-called, is it Annex K? Which was not taken up during the TWG, but was inserted. Na sinasabi doon, na yun nga, hindi na Philippine Navy masusunod. Ang masusunod na, yung provider na, yung supplier.
That's not true, Mr. Chair, because the result of the workshop...
Do we have a copy of the minutes? Who can provide the committee a copy of the minutes of TWG of September 26 to 30 so we can compare it to the contract agreement?
Yes, sir.
Including the annexes?
We will provide you the minutes of that workshop, sir.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I don't want to take the time of our colleagues here, so I will suspend my interpellation.
Thank you, Senator Lacson. Senator Soto, would you like to...
Thank you. Yes, I'll be very brief, Mr. President, Mr. Chairman. Most of the questions I wanted asked was already answered by Secretary Bongo. May I just pick his mind and his experiences now. Apparently, sa kwento ni Secretary Lorenzana, hindi naman si Secretary Bongo nagbigay sa kanya or galing sa opisina nila or something to that effect. So he assumed. Now, every now and then, alam ko your name is always being dropped. Ano bang experience mo sa name dropping na ginagamit lagi yung pangalan mo, Secretary Bongo, and even the President's name?
Sir, gaya po, Your Honor, kaya po sinabi ng ating Pangulo, pag ginamit po yung pangalan niya, ginamit yung pangalan ng anak niya, kamag-anak, kahit kami, pag ginamit po yung pangalan, we consider it denied.
Lalo huwag pagbigyan.
Pagkakataon na po itong marinig since live po tayo sa TV. Sana po lahat ng mga gumagamit ng pangalan namin, denied na yon. Kasi sa totoo lang po, wala namang manluloko kung walang magpapaloko. Maraming ibang-ibang, alam niyo na, ginagamit yung pangalan namin. So, kahit saan po yan, at alam ng buong Pilipinas yan. So, wag silang maniwala kaagad.
So ito na ang pagkakataon nyo at naririnig tayo nationwide. Pag ginamit ang pangalan ni Presidente Duterte o ginamit ang pangalan nyo, kung ano man yung deny.
Opo, deny
na kagad.
Kasi po, hindi talaga po, hindi pumapayag si Pangulo na ginagamit yung pangalan in any government transaction.
So lahat na yan, ha? Customs,
lahat.
BIR,
lahat.
PAGCOR,
lahat po.
CSO.
Lahat po. Mas mabuti na yung narinig nyo na ngayon sa lahat ng concerned agencies or department heads. Denied na kagad.
Denied na nila kagad. Basta ginamit ang pangalan ninyo, ang pangalan ng Presidente.
For the record.
Kahit na may mga note na ganyan.
Wala po.
Alright.
Kung may susulatan naman kami formally,
ay, kung sulat ninyo normally, galing talaga sa inyo, ibang usapan
tsaka,
yun. May
kumpleto yun.
Official, dokumentado.
Official document yung communication.
Yung mga name dropping, ito ang pinagsisimula nata nitong chismis na ito eh.
Kaya nga po.
Oo. Anyway, also, I was struck by your statement na sinabi mo at sa klase na narinig ko rito kila Admiral Mercado, Marso pa ng 2016. Hindi initiated ito. Iba yung word na initiate eh. Iba meaning ng initiate. Ang initiate lang, parang mga initiate na project ng mga senador, ng mga congressman, gano'n lang yun eh. Pero ito, talagang sinimulan yung project. Di po ba? Gano'n ang intindi ko. March 2016. Perfected June. First week of June. Okay?
Andito yung...
December 24, 2013 pa raw. Inumpisa na. Alright. Yun ang initiate, siguro. My question now is... My final question, Mr. Chairman, is to the Department of Justice. I'm just, nagtataka lang ako. Ito ba, you can answer this now or perhaps you can review, if my question could be answerable right now or later. Hindi ba ito, kung March of 2016, pasok na ito sa election ban ah. Pasok na sa election ban ah. Bakit natuloy hanggang June, first week of June? Isn't this a violation of the election law, Secretary Aguirre?
I have to research more on that point, Mr. Chair, because while the ban starts last in the early 2017, I think there is yet no release.
No, I mean 2016 elections eh. Before the 2016 elections, March 2016 ito eh. Perfected ng first week of June. In other words, kung whatever mid-March or whatever time sinimulan, it went on through the election period until June 1 to June 9 na sinabing perfected yung kontrata. So my question is this allowed? Or this violate election law? Perhaps you can research on the matter and the committee will be appreciative of any answer and explanation later or perhaps from the COMELEC later on. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have no further questions at this point.
Mr. Chair, could we be given 10 days within which to submit to the Honorable Committee our study on the matter?
Yes, Secretary Aguirre. Before we...
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Secretary Lorenzana.
As I have requested a while ago when I came to you before the meeting, I have your opening statement. Kung pwede kami, then after that, we will have present a short PowerPoint presentation about the project, sir, so that the other members of the committee will have an appreciation of the project. Pwede ba, sir?
We will accommodate your request, no? But let me first...
Yes, sir.
Going to admin matters. No? After Senator Soto, as from the discussions, will be Senator Ejercito, as I acknowledge the presence of the following senators. No? Senator Ejercito, Senator Escudero, Senator Trillanes. By the way, Senator Pangilinan has expressed his intention to propound questions care of Senator Trillanes. So number 5, Senator Trillanes. Number 6, Senator Binay. Number 7, Senator Villar. Number 8, Senator Pacquiao. Number 9, Senator Subiri. Senator Hontiveros. Senator Villanueva. Senator Angara. Senator Legarda. Senator Gordon. And Senator Gatchalian. That's almost the entire Senate. But before we proceed, before I recognize Senator Ejercito, just an observation, Secretary Lorenzana, no? Rear Admiral Empedrad. This is to the chair a cause for concern. No? Sabi mo kanina, Robert, no? You still prefer Tales.
Yes, sir.
Pero dahil nasa kontrata na,
yes, sir.
You'll be forced to accept that.
Because I'm concerned with the frigate.
Okay.
To be delivered and to be perfect.
Gentlemen, no? Del, no? This is precisely what we want to avoid. You know, we are on national television. Nanonood pati yung mga Navy personnel natin.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And we believe that our weapons system requirement should be end-user driven.
Yes,
Ang
Mr. Chair,
dating nito sa mga sailors natin is gusto ni Poik yung Tales, pero dahil nasa kontrata na, babalik tayo dun sa issue ng due diligence. Kung sinala nating mabuti ito para naiwasan proactively itong mga conflicts of opinion, then that's something for us all to think about proactively. Okay? I just wanted to call your attention to that because this is precisely what we want to avoid.
Mr. Chair, if I may be able to present the PowerPoint presentation, sir, later.
Yes, I just wanted to make that observation. No?
Yes, sir.
Your Admiral Empedrad and Secretary Lorenzana. Okay. The Chair recognizes Senator Ejercito for his questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to follow up siguro do sa linya po kanina ni Senator Lacson. Dito po nagkagulo lahat eh. Gusto ko siguro Secretary Lorenzana or anybody, probably our current flag officer and command can answer. Why did we allow the shipbuilder to dictate the configuration? Kasi mukhang doon nagkagulo, Mr. Chair eh. The choice of the CMS or the combat management system. Ang nakakapagtaka, kumbaga tayo ho ang end user, ang Philippine Navy should be the end user. They should have the choice. Kung ano po ang kanilang preference, dapat ho yun na masunod. At hindi ho dapat ang shipbuilder. Yun lang po ang akin pinagtataka. Bakit ho nagkaganon? Secretary Lorenzana or probably legal po natin.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Yung CMS po na yan ay pinag-aralan po yun ng Philippine Navy TWG. Ngayon, pwede tayong mamili. Actually, nung mag-submit itong Hyundai ng dalawa, nag-submit siya ng dalawang systems, Tacticus of Netherlands, then at saka yung Naval Shields ICMS ng Hanwha. Ito yung unang lumabas na sa kanilang SOBE. Now, according to the contracts natin, we are only talking to Hyundai. Isa lang ang kausap natin dito, isang entity lang. Sila na ang bibigyan natin ng, we allow the Hyundai to choose itong CMS na ilalagay doon. Nandun yon sa ating kontrata. Ngayon,
Secretary, won't that compromise our security? Because the shipbuilder now will know the kind of combat management system or the weapons that we will be installing in the frigates.
Opo, Senator, kasi hindi lang naman yung CMS ang lalagay ng subsystem ng Hyundai. There are many subsystems that they will install. At saka itong Hyundai, sila na yung gumawa na, meron na silang experience na gumawa ng frigate. So they know how to make the frigate. Ngayon, ang pinagkataka ko lang dito sa Navy naman, nung araw na pipirmahan ko yung kontrata, I was there, nandun na yung sa kabilang kwarto yung mga taga Hyundai, then the other room, yung mga officials ng Navy na sa kabilang kwarto. I talked to them. I want to get their assurance na komportable sila sa kontrata. Admiral Mercado was there. Ang tanong ko sa kanila, gentlemen, sabi ko, I am going to sign the contract today. is there anything you want to say about the contract? Wala naman sila sinasabi. Are you happy with the contract? Yes, sir. In fact, Admiral Mercado stood up and sabi niya, Sir, I am very happy that this project will be implemented already because I was there at the start. Kasama ko dyan, sir, all the way hanggang ngayon. Oh. So, after that, sabi ko, okay, I went to the other room and signed the contract. Yung pala meron sila mga problema, hindi nila sila sabi. Dapat sana, kung sinabi nila sa akin doon, na sinabi sa niya sa akin, Mr. Secretary, pwede ba i-hold mo na yung kontrata pag-sign dahil meron kaming issue sa CMS. Now, Mr. Senator, yung pong CMS na yun, dalawa na yan, sila rin ang nag-rate na compliant. Hindi na, compliant silang dalawa. Yung CMS ng Tacticos at saka yung Hanwha Naval Shields, they are both compliant according to the specification, technical specifications ng Navy. Sila po ang nag-compliant doon. Now, when the Hyundai will choose, nang pipiliin na nila, several months later, tumaas na yung cost ng Tacticos by 7 million. Sabi ng Hyundai, pwede natin ilagay yun, pero magbayad kayo ng additional 7 million. But it's already above our budget.
So that means, Mr. Secretary, dahil tumaas na po yung
that is the reason.
ng
tumaas na ng 7 million per ship. So that is 14 million for the 2 ships, dollars. That is about $700 million.
So did we compromise the capability? Because even Admiral Empedrad, and I think I would like to ask former FOICA Mercado, that is the choice of the Philippine Navy. Yung pong Thales talaga. Pero sa dahilang tumaas po sila, kaya pumili tayo nung the second best, kumbaga.
Kasi po, doon pa sa procurement law natin, it does not require na mas maganda yung bibili mo. Basta, ang kwan lang po doon, ang rating is pass-fail or compliant, non-compliant. Yun ang ating modernization law. Now, if you want to change that, then it's up to you. You are the lawmakers, so you can change the modernization law na hindi na tayo, babaguhin natin yung criteria na compliant, non-compliant, so to best, better best, or saka good. Ganon. So,
Pasensya na, Secretary, I just have to ask though, because we've been, I hope, Mr. Chair, you'd understand, because we have been procuring the kind of hardware that is not really what I think, not the choice of the technical working group of either the Air Force or Navy. We do not want a repeat of the purchase of so-called choppers, which are always on the ground than on the air. We do not want any more acquisitions of UH-1D, which are refurbished. And sorry, pero F-A-50, I'm sure that there are better fighter jets than a lead-in fighter jet. So, hindi ho tayo mayamang bansa, Mr. Chairman. So, whatever funds we have to maximize and purchase what is really capable and durable that we can maximize the usage. Yun lang po ang akin na Mr. Chair. So, I'd just like, Secretary, I'd just like to ask siguro, to confirm, siguro probably former Flag Officer in Command, Joseph Mercado, what's your reaction on this regarding the choice of the CMS between Thales and the HHI? Kumbaga, sabi nga po ni Secretary, dahil nga po tumaas na yung Thales, we settled for something that we did not really, what was not really the choice. No? I'll ask also, siguro si Rear Admiral Empedrad, and probably part of the original project management team can also comment, Mr. Chair, si Commodore Villa. Please.
Thank you, Your Honor. With due respect, first of all, I'd like to state that the recollection of Secretary Lorenzana on what transpired during the contract signing is not accurate. In my presentation, I'll be showing what happened during the contract signing. I was just there, invited to see the contract signing because I was the commander of Western Command in Palawan. I'm not connected with the Philippine Navy. I was invited, I think, out of courtesy because I was the first head of the technical working group that for 2 years crafted the technical specs of the frigate. So I was just there, buffer crowd. I think that's a better term for it. I didn't know what was in the contract. Second, on the additional cost to the government. I think everyone should know that in Republic Act 9184, it provides that all bid prices shall be considered as fixed prices and therefore not subject to price adjustment and escalation during contract implementation. When they submitted their bid, all the technical proposals in their submission fall into the financial amount that they submitted, 15.7. If there are escalations later on, it is to their risk. Remember, when we place in the contract the validity of the price that they tendered, it is valid through the whole period of the contract. So when the subcontractor, or when the contractor, Hyundai, for example, should ask for cost estimates from their subcontractors, they should have placed a validity period for the cost so that they are ensured that there will be no escalation of the price. It's not our problem. Also, in the bidding documents that they got before the submission of their bids, Section 4, Clause 9 states, and I quote, prices quoted by the supplier for goods delivered under this contract shall not vary from the price quoted by the supplier in its bid. Those were our reasons when, during discussions of the project management team and the representatives of Hyundai, they suddenly were telling us that if we choose Thales Tacticos, we will bear the additional cost. Nabigla kami. Hindi naman kami yung nagsabi na ito yung ilalagay. They were the ones who gave us, who offered us these options. Option A, option B. Now, because we're going to option B, we will have to pay more. It doesn't make sense. That's all.
Rear Admiral Pedrad, please.
Sir,
were you part of the project management team or the
yes,
frigate
I was the
acquisitions?
chairman.
Kasama kayo nun. You were the
Yes.
chairman. So
Yes,
what
Your
was your
Honor.
choice then? What was the CMS of your choice?
I was the chairman of the technical working group when the bidding occurred, Mr. Chair. And our preference by at that time is Thales or Tacticos of Netherlands. Yung procedure kasi ng bidding, Mr. Chair, is that the technical working group of the Navy will come up with a requirement of all the subsystems that will be provided by the winning or the proponents that will be joining the bidding. Yung nung nagkaroon ng bidding, Mr. Chair, we nag-produce the proponents offered subsystems that will be compliant to the technical requirements of the Philippine Navy. So hindi nga namin alam na may Tacticos, hindi nga namin alam na may Hanwha at the time of the bidding, because according to RA 9184, we cannot give preference to brand. So we don't even know what is Tacticos, we don't even know what is ICMS that was offered at the time of the bidding. So nung inoffer ng Hyundai yung Tacticos and Hanwha ICMS, then again ang bidding kasi, Mr. Chair, is that the Hyundai Heavy Industries will deliver a fully functional frigates. Iba kasi, sir, kung bumili tayo ng just the platform and then we procure the subsystems, that we have a chance to choose what subsystems to be placed. But since we will be procuring a fully functional frigate, lahat ng integration ng subsystems of that frigate will be borne by the HHI or the winning proponent. Kasi wala kaming capability to integrate all the systems. So kung kami ang pipili ng makina, kung kami pipili ng weapon systems to integrate that, we don't have that capability. That's why we gave all the integration aspect of the frigate to the winning company that will deliver our frigate, Mr. Honor, Your Honor.
But do you ba parang mas tama, Rear Admiral, that we are the end user? The Philippine Navy is the end user. Dapat kung ano ho yung gusto ninyo, whatever weapons that you would like, whatever management system that you would want, kayo po mag-specify. And in this case, you said earlier, you told this committee that the first choice was really Thales. So what happened along the way? Because of budgetary constraints, nagbago ho tayo.
It's
Hindi
not-
ho ba nabago ang capability? I would like to ask probably the TWJ late after, no?
Yes, sir.
Kung ano pagkakaiba.
When Hyundai offered ICMS, Naval Shield, and Tacticos, sir, it came through a process. Did the two subsystem met the technical requirements that was crafted at the time when the chairman was Admiral Mercado, and the two subsystems met or complied with the technical specification of the Navy. So, pinasa namin yun, sir, in the SOBE, in the bidding, and even we post-qualified also those two subsystems that is compliant to the requirements of the Philippine Navy. Parang ano lang yan, sir, eh. Pipili ako ng sapatos, Adidas and Nike. I prefer Nike all the way. But Adidas also meet my requirements, and based on the contract, it's Hyundai. Kasi siya yung mag-i-integrate, sir, eh. Paano kung ilalagay yung Nike tapos hindi naman siya integrated to the subsystems of all the subsystems of the ship. So it is yung ICMS is the Adidas and the Tacticos is the Nike. But both pass the requirements what we want. Which when we crafted the technical specification, that's the best that we can have for our frigate. And nung nilagay naman nila yung Tacticos and ICMS, it met our requirements, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'd like to ask Commodore Villa, kayo po ang original na nasa project management team. Is there ano po ang difference ng capability? Are all the equipment that were installed, halimbawa yung surveillance radar, ano pa ba? Yung iba pong mga kagamitan, other equipment, are they all compliant compared kung ikukumpara yung pong original configuration that yung project management and team and the technical working group specified, lahat ba nang nailagay compliant or were there other equipment that were not compliant?
Sir, before I answer your question, let me first inform the good senators that I am the technical working group project management team head from 15 March 2017 up to 07 December 2017. And during my watch, there is already the contract. And included in the contract, there are two salient points regarding this combat management system. One is that in the maker's list, it says that HHI has a sole right to choose. However, meron pong qualifying clause that as long as it meets the Navy technical specification and build specs. So, isa po yun. Second, during the September workshop 2016, that was after the PQ, nagkaroon po ng agreement that isama ang provision that the CMS shall be compatible with Link 16. And doon po yung Hyundai, nagsulat siya ng comply, in-update nila yung build specs. These two salient points, nung ako na po yung technical or the project management team, dito po yung namin tingnan kung pasok ba yung isa or yung dalawa or compliant sila sa bagong technical specifications. So, yung sinasabi na CMS shall be compatible with Link 16, it is a software na nandun na po sa loob ng CMS. So, noong February 1, pumunta kami ng Hyundai for the kickoff. And after that, we visited Hanwha factory. And in both occasions, we asked, compatible na ba ang CMS nyo with Link 16? And they said, and it's recorded in the minutes, that it will be compatible by year 2019. So when we ask if it is software na hinahanap namin, and they always said by 2019. After that, during my watch then, there are exchanges of communications regarding these tech specs. And up to the time na napunta na po sa sinabi na ng steering committee na they agree that the HHI selected CMS, yun may ilalagay. But as technical or the project management team, we ask, well, how about the qualifying cost as long as it meets the PN, technical, and build specs? Kasi generic po yun nandun sa sulat. So hanggang ngayon, hindi pa po na-answer yan. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
May I respond to that, Mr. Chair? May I respond to that? Sir, we should be clarified on the process of the bidding process. First, before nag-conduct ng bidding, the Navy came up with a technical specification of all the subsystems. We're just talking of CMS, but there are so many subsystems that will be placed to our frigate. The original technical specification, which the proponent bidded, did not require compatibility with Link 16. Hindi yun sinama ng TWG that crafted the original technical specs. Hindi kasama yun, sir, yung Tactical Data Link 16. Because we don't have Tactical Data Link 16 as of yet in any inventory of the Philippine Navy ship. And the requirement of the proponent is just to provide a space in the ship for TDL-16 so that when we acquire it in the future, we will just put the TDL-16 on that space provided. So when the company bidded for the frigate, hindi kasama yung integration ng TDL-16. And the technical working group rated the two subsystems, the two CMS, at the time of the SOBIA based on the technical specification. And then, na-post-qualify din namin yan, Mr. Chair, that TDL-16 is not a requirement of the technical specification.
Sige,
now,
thank you.
during the
sorry to cut you.
Yes, sir.
I will just go on now kasi I will just go on the second round probably, Mr. Chair,
Yes,
because ito technical takes a lot of time, and I will continue to ask regarding the technical and the configurations and the specifications later on. Mr. Chair, just before I end, no, I'd just like to ask, kasi itong lahat na kagulo to, I think, Mr. Chair, it's a matter of choice eh. No, yung Thales, yung CMS against Hanwha, Hyundai. Anyway, siguro tanong ko na lang din, I'll take the opportunity. Siguro tanong ko na si Sap Bongo and si Attorney Lloyd Christopher Lau who are already here. Siguro si Sec Bongo, no, na nadamay ho ang inyong pangalan ho dito dahil allegedly kayo po ang nagtulak, no. Tanungin ko lang ho siguro sa inyo, ilan ho ba ang dumarating na mga bagay-bagay, no, sa inyo pong opisina sa PMS, either complaints, either assistance, or any other issues? Para lang may idea ho ang committee ito, gaano karami po ang inyong pinoprosesong mga bagay sa isang araw?
Up to today, sir, umaabot na po ng 23,423 yung mga sulat o mga referrals po na natatanggap namin. So, gaya po ng sinabi ng presidente niya, nung inaugural speech niya as mayor, ang kanyang administration, even up hanggang presidente na po siya, ay para sa hopeless, defenseless, and helpless. Bukas po itong Malacanang. Any complaint, hinaing o reklamo, sinusubukan po namin tugunan po ang lahat. Pero pag mga letters na gano'n, ini-endorse po namin ito sa appropriate agencies or departments for their actions.
So sa 20,000 halimbawa na nabanggit nyo, ilan ho ang umaabot mismo sa inyo? Kumbaga, lahat ba yan ay pinararating sa inyo or porsyento na lang, yung percentage?
Hindi na po lahat, sa sobrang dami po niyan. Gaya na sinabi ko, 23,000 po. So yung mga importante, makakarating po yan sa amin. Yung mga USEC, ASEC, kung mga referrals yan, endorse to PNP, endorse to Ombudsman. Gaya po, siguro sa mga senador, hindi nyo na po rin nababasa lahat ng sulat at pinapabasa nyo lang po sa mga assistant nyo rin po.
Siguro, Sec, curiosity. Ilan ho kayang text messages o email na natatanggap nyo sa isang araw? Lahat ba yan nababasa ninyo?
Sinusubukan ko pong buksan kung may panahon pa po, pero since natanong nyo na lang po.
Sa ngayon, ilan po yung text messages nyo sa inyong telepono?
5,546 ang nandito po. Ito po. Pero hindi nila makita eh. Pwede kong screenshot ito. Ang email, 12,244. Yung Viber naman, 3,000 plus. So, ganun po ang sinusubukan po naming tugunan, lalo na po yung nangangailangan talaga, yung katulad ng alam mo, malaking tulong rin tong cellphone eh. Makikita mo yung humingi ng tulong sa mga OFW na nasasaktan sila doon. So, nire-refer kagad namin sa OWA.
Nandiyan ho si Sekbong, si Attorney Lord Christopher Lau, dahil lumabas sa kanyang pangalan, dahil siya po ang nag-handle nitong tukol sa Navy, itong kaguluhan sa Navy. Andito ho ba siya?
Diyan po.
Yung dati Yusek kayo, no? Doon po sa inyo sa PMS, ilan ho ang umaabot kay Sek Bongo? Ano ba ilan percentage? Lahat ba yun ay sinusubukan nyo pabot o kayo mismo ay sinusubukan yung kayo na ang sa inyong level pa lang kayo na nagpapasa or nag-aayos ng mga nire-refer sa inyo?
Our task is to lighten the burden of the Office of the President. So we make sure as much as possible, we settle everything and resolve all issues within our level. Senator.
Last pa, Mr. Chair, kay Sek Bongo, ito pong nadawit ho kayo dito, nung kailan nyo lang ho ito nalaman? Mga anong buwan nyo nalaman?
Nung araw na nabasa ko po sa unang-una sa umaga sa Inquirer, nung tumungo po kami ni Pangulong Duterte sa blessing nung sa CAAP, DOTC.
Bago lang ho ito, mga January.
Bago lang po. Doon ko po nakita lahat at pinapasagot ako sa bagay na hindi ko po nakita.
Okay, Mr. Chair, that's all for now. I will just reserve my questions later on. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Ejercito. Before I recognize Senator Escudero, let me address this concern to Secretary Lorenzana, Rear Admiral Empedrad, Vice Admiral Mercado, and Commodore Villa. That's precisely why we are looking at the possible deficiencies in our procurement system. Pero kanina, as you were, I want to express this concern, which is, this is proactively, our control and security over the procurement process. Sabi kanina ni Rear Admiral Empedrad, this is what we want. This is what we prefer. Ang pinag-usapan rito, hindi lamang yung kung ano ang gusto natin, kundi kung ano ang alam nila tungkol sa atin. I hope I'm getting this point across para proactively, as we put our heads together to examine possible changes in the procurement law, especially the procurement law as it applies to the security sector, we do not lose sight of the control factor. Hindi yung kung ano gusto namin. Beyond the bidding process. No? Kung ano ang pinapayagan natin na malaman nila. We should start thinking strategic. Our friends today may not be our friends tomorrow. Just take this into consideration para we can incorporate that in the possible amendments to the procurement law. Yes,
The only way we can do that is if we make our own. We produce our own CMS, everything, so that nobody will know it. But for as long as we subcontract these ships to other nations, I think we cannot prevent them from knowing what we know, what we have.
Well, Secretary Nazario, that's well taken. That's why we're working on the self-reliance program, which we have been hammering on. If you remember, your committee has refrained from holding too many hearings because we wanted you to focus first on the Marawi situation proactively. So anyway, that's well taken. That's the best approach. And I'm sure we have the capability to do that. But anyway, that should be included later on in your submissions and probably in your presentations. At this point, we'd like to acknowledge the arrival of DBM Secretary Jokno. He's the ex-officio chairman of the Government Procurement Policy Board. And sir, later on, as the need arises, we might have to administer the oath to you. Thank you. Now, please allow the chair to recognize Senator Escudero for his questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Masyadong seryoso yung usapan. Secretary Bongo, sa 5,000 text, ilan dun yung galing sa kay Senator JV? Kemix din. And Secretary Bongo, I saw E.S. Medaldea, Secretary Cayetano, Secretary Aguirre. Sino pong kasama ni Pangulong Duterte ngayon? Secretary Harry Roque is there too, Secretary Andanar. Sino pong naiwan sa bahay?
Siya lang po. Siya lang mag-isa.
If I may proceed, Mr. Chairman, may I proceed with it chronologically? Secretary Volts, Gazmin. Sir, you did all the procedures short of award during your term. Is that correct? Secretary Gazmin, sir.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So, kasama ho dun yung maker's list, kasama ho dun yung terms of reference, kasama dun yung specifications ng barkong gusto natin. Lahat po yun nagawa during the previous administration.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, ang kulang na lang po, pirmahan yung kontrata na hindi nyo ginawa kasi baka masabing midnight deal yun.
Not the contract, but the notice of award.
The contract was signed during your term too? No.
No.
Kaya nga, hindi nyo po tinuloy hanggang doon dahil baka masabi midnight deal yun.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero lahat po yun, lahat ng pinag-uusapan natin dito, nagawa na ho yun during the previous administration.
Short of signing the contract and the notice of award, Your
Short
Honor.
of signing the notice of award and the signing of the contract, nagawa na ho lahat. Is that
Yes,
correct, sir?
Your Honor.
I have a question, sir. Did Secretary Lorenzana have the option of not to proceed with the contract?
He had the option because he had the time to review the project.
That is correct, sir. Pero kung wala pang notice of award at wala pang kontrata, so in other words, they can backtrack and start all over again?
Yes, they can do that, Your Honor.
May I ask Secretary Jokno, as the chairman said, he is the chairman of the GPPB. Is that accurate, sir?
Yes, sir. Pwede hong i-review yun kung gusto nila.
Pwedeng i-review at pwedeng
But it will
i-cancel altogether.
will take another maybe 6 months, a year.
Senator
to do that.
Escudero,
Yeah.
before you continue, may we ask the COMSEC to administer the oath to Secretary Jokno?
I do.
Thank you. Please proceed.
Mr. Chairman, I'll consider previous answers given by Secretary Jokno as having been answered on the oath as well, with the concurrence of Secretary Jokno. So pwede pa po nilang i-cancel at magsimula uli?
Pwede po.
Wala pong kausa ang Hyundai na magdemanda na hindi natuloy yun?
Hindi ko lang alam. Wala pa. Wala pang award kasi. So,
Wala
I
pang
think
award?
Pwede pa.
Now, Secretary Lorenzana, nung naupo ho kayo, may binago po ba kayo sa terms of reference, dun sa findings ng post-qual team, ng bids and awards, ng TWG, yung listahan na nasa maker's list, may binago po ba kayo?
Mr. Chairman, wala kaming binago. In fact, before I assumed the secretaryship, I had a meeting with Secretary Gasmin. Sinabi niya sa akin yan, meron itong frigate na yung binibili. Sabi niya, ipagpatuloy mo na lang. Hindi na namin yan tinapos kasi baka mag-midnight signing. So wala na po kaming, I asked my legal team to go over it. Kaya po nagtagal yan. July, August, August na yung notice of award, and then yung kontrata na pirmahan noong October 24. And I asked the legal team to go over it. Sabi ko, tapos tingnan nyo kung okay na yan. It's correct in form and substance. At tanong ko nga kay Atty. Danoy, nung sinabi niya, sir, okay na. Sabi ko, tinanong ko siya, can we defend this in Plaza Miranda? Sabi niya, oo sir, pwede yan. Oh. So that's why in August 18, I assigned the notice of award, and 2 months later, I signed the contract, Mr.
So
Chair.
sir, sa madalit salita, kung ano yung inabutan nyo, as is where is, yun na rin ho yung tinuloy at pinirmahan ninyo?
Yun na rin po ang sinira namin at pinirmahan.
Nabanggit po kanina na merong prohibition ang HHI na pumasok sa ilang kontrata na yung desisyon naging pinal sometime September 2017. Matanong ko po, either si Vice Admiral Mercado o si Foyk Emperado, Hindi po ba ito nalaman nung nag-post qual sa HHI na meron po silang legal na problema sa kanilang bansa? Sir, either of the two?
Mr. Chair,
yes.
Doon sa pag-postqual, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, hindi part of the requirements to look on the pending case of the proponent. There
Hindi
is
po.
a...
Basa lang ho ng dyaryo doon. Gaya po ng sabi ni Senator Lacson, basa lang po ng dyaryo doon. Malaking kaso po yun tungkol sa corruption. So, nung nagpunta po doon, wala pong nakuha na
Wala
impormasyon.
kaming idea, Your Honor. No information at all that Hyundai Heavy Industry has a case on the Supreme Court of Republic of Korea. So, ang pinunta namin doon sa PQ is to just to validate the documents that they presented during the SOBE and to check din namin yung mga facilities nila, sir, Your Honor, if they are able to build a frigate for our country.
Now, for Secretary Cayetano, sir, nakalagay dun sa desisyon na kinot ni Senator Lacson kanina, bawal pumasok sa loob ng 2 taon ang HHI sa anumang tinatawag nilang state-led tenders. Ano po ba ang ibig sabihin from the DFA's point of view ng state-led tender at ito po ba ay state-led tender?
Thank you, Senator. Mr. Chairman, upon the instructions of Senator Lacson, we sent a message to Post to clarify this. First of all, may I mention, straight procurement kasi to, walang ODA. So DFA was not involved in the past, no? Although there was a bilateral meeting between then President Park and President Aquino, where President Park asked nga President Aquino na i-consider yung Korean shipbuilding, no, for this project. So upon clarification, ang sagot po ng Korea is that they do not give a copy of the Supreme Court decision pag non-participants. So if I may, maybe the committee can ask HHI to secure a copy for you because yung lang daw pong litigants ang binibigyan ng Supreme Court ng Korea. So when we further looked into it, ang sinabi po, sumulat po yung HHI sa military saying that there are 7 divisions sa loob ng HHI and their division in fact have gotten 17 contracts with various countries including government of ROK, New Zealand, and the Philippines. So I don't want to interpret, sir, kung ang ibig sabihin nun, sa Korea lang sila hindi pwede mag-bid or kung worldwide, no?
Or ang ibig sabihin po ng state-led ay kapag yung bansa mismo ang pumasok sa isang kasunduan sa Pilipinas, in this case Korea, at tinuro nilang supplier, malaoda nga, ay HHI.
Yes, it's very much possible, but I don't want to speculate because we don't have a copy of the Supreme Court decision.
Sa kasong ito, nung nagbid ang HHI, walang partisipasyon ang bansa ng Korea. Maliban sa pagbulong ng presidente siguro na, uy, yung Koreano, tulungan mo naman.
Yes, which is, by the way, is normal in bilaterals, di ba? Any country will always sell or try to to sell or highlight kung ano yung produkto nila.
Now, on the makers list, this was mentioned earlier by Commodore Bartolome, I believe. At sabi rin ni Secretary Gasmin, yung makers list in-approve noon pa. Just to confirm again, Commodore Bartolome, kasama po ang Hanwha at saka ang Thales doon.
Your Honor, I confirm na kasama po sa in-evaluate namin, pasado pa sa technical specification of the bidding documents yung dalawang product.
Ngayon, ang punot dulo nung tawagin ko ng away o hindi pagkakasundo sa punto de vista ni Secretary Lorenzana at ni Vice Admiral Mercado, mas gusto marahil ni Vice Admiral Mercado yung Thales, kumbaga sa brand, Nike o Adidas, Mercedes o Toyota, mas gusto nyo yung Thales. Would that be correct, Vice Admiral Mercado? Yes.
That is accurate, Your Honor.
My problem with that, sir, is the Navy or any government agency, and I hope Secretary Dzxl will confirm this, cannot specify a brand in any of the bid documents. You can only specify certain specifications. And as long as it is compliant, anumang brand yun, mas gusto ko man ng Benz kaysa Toyota, halimbawa, mas gusto ko man ng BMW kaysa Land Rover, basta compliant sila na 4-door pareho, 4 ang gulong, may aircon, 4-wheel drive, de-size yung makina, yung personal preference natin ng brand, paano ho papasok sa equation yon? Bagaman, hindi ko sinasabing mali kayo. Siguro mas maganda nga ang Thales kaysa Hanwha. Sa pangalan pa lang, di ba? Pag European, parang mas magaling, mas maganda kaysa gawa kung saan. But is Thales even a bidder, sir? Is Thales a bidder?
Your Honor, may I answer
Vice Admiral
that?
Mercado, yes. Is Thales a bidder? That's my question.
Thales is one of the subcontractors of HHI.
But Thales is not a bidder.
Thales is not a bidder.
Kasi sana po, bahagi naman kayo nung bids, nung nagtingin ng bids nung nakarang administrasyon, sana binid na natin ang hiwalay yung CMS, kung may gusto tayong CMS provider. Pero gaya na nasabi ni Foy kanina, whole system na in-order natin eh. Ngayon, basta compliant yung nasa maker's list, anumang hindi ho nyo pagkakaunawaan sa brand, Thales man o Hanwha, hindi dapat maging dahilan para madali. Dahil kung may problema yung Hanwha, hindi sana sinama sa maker's list yun. Sir, please.
Your Honor, you are correct that we are inhibited from identifying or specifying brand. And if you look at the bidding documents, particularly on the portion of technical specifications, there is no mention of any brand.
Exactly.
What is mentioned there are just the parameters. For example, that the ship will run at a maximum speed of 25 knots, and other technical requirements of some equipment. For example, the surface-to-surface missile, it should have a range of 150 kilometers. Those are the only provisions that have been placed in the bidding documents. Now, when HHI submitted their technical proposals, it is that time where the brands are stated. It is not us, it is the bidder that identified the brand. So the FOIC is correct. The technical working group went to Korea, studied and evaluated these two brands and found them to be compliant to the technical specs stated in the bidding documents. That said, as I mentioned earlier, it was Hyundai who offered Thales Tacticos and Hanwha Thales. And because they offered it, we thought that we had the liberty of saying, okay, since you offered it, I think the better one and the one that we want is Thales Tacticos. And that's the story of it. Now, let me just correct some information that was mentioned earlier. And again, sir, with due respect to the Secretary Lorenzana. The technical specs in the post-qualification was improved, was added during a workshop conducted 1 month before the signing of the contract. So the technical specs in the post-qualification is different from what is stated in the contract. You had more technical specs in the contract because 1 month before there was an agreement between the Philippine Navy and Hyundai to add some more technical specs. They agreed. So it's now placed in the contract. When I became FOIC, the contract was already made. We implemented the contract. What is the Bible during contract implementation? It is the contract. To now evaluate what is happening now based on the specs in the post-qualification, I don't think it's right. It should be what is in the contract. And what is in the contract are additional technical specification of the combat management system. That's why we have this problem right now on the choice of the CMS.
Sir, yung additional specifications ba mas maganda o mas pangit para sa Philippine Navy?
Mas maganda para sa Philippine Navy. Oh. That's why it was added.
Kung mas maganda po para sa Philippine Navy yung dinagdag na specifications dun sa kontratang pinirmahan ni Secretary Lorenzana, ibig sabihin po ba nun may madi-disqualify na dun sa maker's list o qualified pa rin po silang dalawa?
The additions made in the contract, for us, disqualified one.
Which one, sir? And who is us, sir?
well, the one who evaluated were actually the Philippine Navy project management team, the technical
Headed
experts. Then it was Commodore Sean Villa. So going back to your question, the additions made that were included in the contract disqualified one of the maker of the CMS. In our
namely
view.
Hanwha.
Hanwha. So we're left with the other.
Commodore Villa, sir, the additional specifications was for the better of the Navy, was a better system for the Navy. And how can it effectively disqualify one? At the time of contract signing na, when the maker's list was already part of the previous agreements entered into by government. Sir.
Sir, as a backgrounder, yung sinasabi natin na nung nag-post-qual, it was June.
Yes.
After that, nung karoon ng notice of award, September 2016,
Yes.
merong workshop. Meron doon yung tulad ng sinabi ko kanina, the CMS shall be compatible with Link 16. Nag-agree po yung HHI tsaka ang Philippine Navy na i-update yung build specs. After that, pagdating ng October, pinirmahan ng contract, kasama na siya doon. So, naging part na siya ng contract in order para lalong mapaganda ang CMS natin. Because sa guidance ng JHQ, itong Link 16, ito yung magiging ano natin, part ito ng system ng Armed Forces. Pumasok po ako as head ng Project Management Team March. So pagdating ng January, nung nag-present po yung PMT sa Malacanang, nandun na po ang sinasabi na ang Link 16 ng Hanwha by 2019 pa.
Now,
pagdating ng, this is a software.
Sir, I heard you when you said that the first time. My question is, if the delivery of the first frigate is due in the first quarter of 2020, would it matter if they will be compliant this year, next year? Basta pag-deliver nung frigate, compliant siya at compatible siya sa Link 16. Why is the fact that they're not yet compliant as of today relevant compared to being compliant by 2019 for as long as they are compliant by the time they deliver the frigate?
Sir, thank you very much for that question.
Please, sir.
Nandun sa contract, the CMS shall be of proven design. Bawal po yung still in development. And pagdating sir ng October, meron po tinatawag tayong technical inspection and acceptance, TIAC, for the critical design review. So kung tatanggapin po natin na by 2019 pa ang software madedevelop, so dun sa TIAC, hindi siya papasa. Kasi nandun sa TIAC by October, nasa contract po yan, na kailangan lahat na design na ilalagay mo dyan should be compliant.
So, wag ho natin tanggapin kung hindi sila compliant. Hindi po ba?
That is correct po, sir.
Wag natin silang bayaran kung hindi compliant sa Link 16 by the time you see it in October.
Yes, sir. Yung role lang namin is to remind or give information sa DND. So whatever ang recommendation po namin, it is the HOPE or DND, sila po yung in charge po niyan.
Last 2 points, Mr. Chairman. I know my time is winding up. Sir, Secretary Lorenzana, ano ho ang specific na dahilan ba't niyo nirelieve sa command niya si Vice Admiral Mercado? May kinalaman po ba dito?
Ito po yun, Mr. Chairman.
Please, sir.
Now, sometime in the middle of 2017, lumapit sa akin yung implementer ng project, si Director De La Paz. Sabi niya, sir, hindi umuorong yung ating yung frigate. Bakit? Dahil ayaw paurongin ni Admiral Mercado dahil ini-insist niya yung tacticos. So kaya ako nag-create nitong steering committee para i-resolve yan. So ang sabi naman, ang binasa ng ating legal officer yung kontrata at yung Hanwha naman compliant. And ipinangako nila na by the time they will deliver they will have been compatible with the tactical data link 16. So nagpadala ako ng memo sa Navy that we should implement the project. Ituloy na natin 'yan. But Admiral Mercado, in one of the senior leaders' discussions, I wasn't there, but there is a minute that was given to me. Ang sabi niya, he was insisting on tacticos, at he said that he will work for the cancellation of the contract kung hindi matuloy yung tacticos of Netherlands. So another memo was sent to him and he defied that. Isa pa
He
po,
what, sir? He defied that?
He did not follow the memo. Oh. Isa pa, yung Navy, mayroon silang owners team doon sa Hyundai. Nakatira doon sa Hyundai yun eh. And the Navy prevented them from meeting with the Hyundai people to discuss the project. Meron tayong records niyan na mayroon silang utos doon na huwag kausapin doon. So, usap-usap na naman kami. Now, Mr. Senator, Mr. Chairman, once the contract is signed, the implementation of the project goes to DND. Wala na yung Navy doon. And yet, Vice Admiral Mercado usurped my authority, ordering those people there to do things that hindi naman kasama doon sa implementation ng program. Kaya tayo na-delay. The critical review, the critical design review was supposed to be submitted o to mag-agree sila last October. Hindi nangyari dahil because dinid-delay nila yung budget. That was the reason why he was relieved. I lost confidence in him dahil he's blocking the project left and right and making some excuses. And nawawalan na ako ng confidence sa kanya. So I went to the President. Sabi ko, Mr. President, I would like to relieve Ronald. Sabi niya, oh, go ahead. So, yun po ang storya niyan. That he tried to usurp my authority. Kasi yung implementation ng project, yung kanilang owners reps, yung team nila sa Hyundai, is under my control. Under the control of the DND. And yet, in-orderan niya sila na huwag kayo makipag-usap dyan. And ano doon, he expressly said during a conference that kung hindi matuloy yung tacticos, he will work for the cancellation of the contract.
Mr. Chairman, last point. Mahigit 2 dekada na ho ang AFP modernization natin at hanggang ngayon, ito pa lang yung kauna-unahang frigate kung sakasakali na pinakamoderno na bibili ng AFP. Pero tila binibitawan na nabibitawan pa natin yung bola after more than 20 years. Ngayon pa lang husan tayo magkakaroon ng ganyan. I hope you can get your acts together, work together, cooperate with a view to modernizing our Navy in this case. And whatever differences you may have, I hope somehow, somewhere, you can set it aside for the good of the Navy. Nang hindi dinedelay at hindi rin gaanong minamadali, yun tama lang po basta makuha natin yung pinakamagandang sistema para po sa ating sandatahang lakas. I trust that Secretary Lorenzana will do that.
Mr. Chair, for the information of the committee, the project is now moving again. Humingi lang ng konting adjustment yung Hyundai, about 6 months. Kasi sabi na-delay sila nung kanilang critical design review. So the delivery of the ship is now delayed by 6 months, pero umuurong na po.
Thank you, Secretary. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Escudero. The Chair recognizes Senator Trillanes. By the way, Senator Pangilinan, to put on record, has given his 7 minutes to Senator Trillanes.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. Being one of the principal authors of the new AFP modernization law, this representation is very much interested in the proper implementation of the law. Anyway, we have been studying the documents we have gathered, and I will just make a brief presentation to summarize what we have gathered. And to abbreviate, we will stipulate already that the bidding process or the project was initiated during the time of President Aquino under Secretary Gasmin, and eventually until the notice of award was turned over to the Duterte administration. Okay. On September 23, 2016, ito pong Thales nagsumulat kay sa Philippine Navy, then Fork Admiral Takad, to inform the Philippine Navy that, and I would directly quote, "It has come to our attention, however, that Hanwha is promoting its Naval Shield CMS for the frigate acquisition project. To correct any impression that may have been given, please note that Thales has recently withdrawn from Hanwha-Thales Cooperation Joint Venture and thus is no longer connected in any way to Naval Shield. Will not guarantee any system integration performance of this product nor support it during life cycle. Should the PN choose this option, it will be the first time for Hanwha to undertake a project of that complexity and size for an export customer." Next slide, please. Ito po, September 23 to September 30, 2016, ito yung minutes of the meeting ng technical working group in relation doon sa paglagay ng additional specifications as mentioned by Commodore Villa. So dito, nakalagay dito sa Combat Management System, insert the following requirement. The CMS shall be compatible with Link 16. Okay? So maliwanag yan. Next. Now, on October 24, 2016, pinirmahan yung kontrata. Andito, nakapirma lahat ng representatives at doon sa one of the paragraphs, nakalagay yung nakalagay doon yung mga attached documents would form part of the contract. Okay? Next slide. So, andyan dyan. Okay, ito yung maker's list ng Philippine Navy. Doon sa Combat Management System, Hanwha Thales and Thales Tacticos ang nakalagay doon sa supplier, pero ang preference ng Navy is yung Tacticos na Thales. Next. So, i-take note natin, ang binigay ng Hyundai, dalawa, Hanwha Thales and Tacticos na Thales. And dun sa kaninang letter ng Thales, it was very clear na wala na yung joint venture na yon, yung Hanwha Thales. Okay? So next, ito yung pirmado ni Naufoik, Admiral Empedrad, among others. Andiyan dyan nakalagay, dun sa provision na yan, the PN as the ship owner shall select the maker as necessary for its operational requirements. Maliwanag yan. So next. Now, ito naman yung maker's list from Hyundai. Doon sa i-expand mo yung sa combat management system. Doon sa combat management system nung maker's list ng Hyundai, ando doon na nga Hanwha Thales and TNL or ito yung Tacticos. So, maliwanag yun Hanwha Thales. It's not Hanwha alone. Ibang consortium, ibang corporation yon altogether. So, next. So, in short, ang nasa kontrata is Hanwha Thales and yung Tacticos. Now, dito naman sa maker's list ng Hyundai, may nakalagay na remarks. The final selection of maker should be shipbuilder's sole right as long as the equipment/system shall fulfill the owner's requirements in building specification and other design build aspects. So in short, nagkabaliktad na. Doon sa maker's list ng Philippine Navy ang mamimili, pero dito sa Hyundai, nagkaiba na. But still, nakalagay naman doon, for as long as it shall fulfill the owner's requirements. The second condition is if the owner's preferred maker is technically compliant and commercially competitive, then selection of owner's preferred maker can be considered. So parang optional na. But still, we should take note of that. Babalikan natin yan. Next. On January 4, 2017, sumulat kay Secretary Lorenzana si Admiral Mercado. So, January 4, 2017. Kini-question niya yung conditions dun sa Hyundai Makers List na binasa ko pa lang, na ano yan, and I quote, "This command is of the opinion that remarks 1 and 2 are grossly disadvantageous to the Philippine Navy and to the Armed Forces/DND. The remarks, if permitted, are akin to a buyer, in this case the Philippine Navy DND, with his own money being told by the seller, Hyundai, on what to buy." So, kinestyon ni Admiral Mercado yung Korean. So, nag-request siya ng meeting with Hyundai for clarification. So, next. Ito na ngayon. Yung January 12, 2017, ito na yung controversial white paper na may post-it note. And just to comment, Secretary Bongo, hindi naman siguro fake news yung ni-report ng Rappler at Inquirer dahil meron talagang dokumento. And yet, anyway, na-clarify naman na ni Secretary Lorenzana. So, nakalagay dito, January 12, 2017, ito yung post-it note ni SND. To Admiral Mercado, Ronald, this was given to me by Bongo. Go over it and prepare a report/rebuttal to be submitted to the President. To the President, it is not Bongo. Pinapa-require ni SND yung Navy to report to the President. Okay, next. Itong sulat, itong white paper na ito, basically, ine-emphasize nito yung position ng Hanwha. So, yung white paper na yan, na may post-it, ang tinutulak niyan, yung posisyon ng Hanwha. Okay, next. Itong January 18, 2017, sinulatan ni Attorney Lau, Undersecretary of the Office of the Special Assistant to the President, Presidential Management Staff, si then Commodore Robert M. Pedrad, then Chairman of the Frigate Project Technical Working Group. At ang sinabi niya, and I quote, "May we respectfully request your attendance this Friday, January 20, 2017, in the 4th floor of the new Executive Building, Malacanang, Manila at 2 p.m. We would like to specifically discuss with you the issue on CMS selection." So ito pong si Yusek Blau ay tao po ito ni Secretary Bongo. Kaya hindi ito totally fake news kasi meron tayong dokumentong nakalap. Na interesado ang office ni Secretary Bongo doon sa CMS selection at pinagre-report yung Technical Working Group. Next. Now, on January 23, 2017, sumulat kay President Duterte, "Attention, Secretary Bongo, itong si Commodore Empedrad, yung ngayong flag officer in command natin, who used to be the chairman of the Frigate Acquisition Project Management Team." At ito yung mga recommendation niya. The fact the Frigate Acquisition Project Management Team preferred Tacticos CMS over Naval Shield in view of the following reasons. 1. Tacticos is one of the leading combat management systems in the world, considering that it is being used by 23 countries to over 172 ships. Just recently, the Indonesian Navy signed a contract to build 2 new frigates at Damen Shell Naval Shipbuilding to be installed with Tacticos CMS. On the other hand, as per record, only the Korean Navy is currently using the Naval Shield ICMS HTC, has an ongoing contract with the Royal Malaysian Navy for the installation of Naval Shield for their 2 training ships. Itong Naval Shield, Mr. Chairman, is the other word for Hanwha. Ito yung Hanwha. Hanwha is the corporation. This is the name of the brand. Number 2, Tactical CMS is compatible with Tactical Data Link 16, which C4 E-Star requirement of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, while Hanwha's Naval Shield ICMS compatibility with TDL 16 is still under development phase but could be made operational by 2019. Number 3, HTC claimed that many countries using Tacticos have been suffering from their poor support logistics and upgrade of their outdated CMS cannot be validated, for there is no available data or verified report which supports said allegation. In addition, there have been repeat orders from Germany, Indonesia, Turkey that indicate their satisfaction on Tacticus CMS. Then HTC also mentioned that they will provide Navy the most economic and effective logistics and upgrade, almost free riding or onboarding after delivery of the brand new CMS with logistics support based on large number of ships and continuous upgrade modernization policy with Korean Navy with government funding. This is a future occurrence that needs to be validated later on. In addition, the PMT cannot quantify ascertain if the offer of HTC will be more economical than the offer of Thales Netherlands. In view of the foregoing, the frigate acquisition project, PMT sustains its preference of Tacticos of Thales Netherlands as CMS for the 2 Navy frigates. So, hindi ito si Admiral Mercado, ha? This is Admiral Empedrad endorsing it. Next slide. On February 16, 2017, Colonel De La Paz of the Chief Defense Acquisition Office, DND, wrote, Admiral Mercado wrote to Colonel De La Paz of DND, and I quote, in this regard, request make representation with HHI to provide AFP-DND-PN a photocopy of the complete commercial offers made by Hanwha Systems and Netherlands and Thales Netherlands. So, dito nagpapaklarify ang Navy dun sa claim ng HHI na mas mahal daw yung Thales. Next, please. Ito naman, sumulat, March 1, 2017, sumulat ulit kay Colonel De La Paz ng DND si Admiral Mercado. And I quote, in view of this request representation with HHI to seek consent from the 2 companies to be furnished with a photocopy of the final commercial bids this coming March 2. Same shall indicate price quotation for hardware, software integration, and other systems and attendant costs. So pinapaklarify kasi nga sinasabi ay mas mahal. Okay, next slide. Sumulat ulit kay Colonel De La Paz si Admiral Mercado, and I quote, the Philippine Navy regrets to inform Chief DAO of DND that the PN cannot endorse HHI CMS selection for the PN frigates. Further, be informed that PN maintains its position to validate the supposed price difference in the offers of Hanwha Systems and Thales Netherlands. It is on this backdrop that the Philippine Navy recommends for DAO to coordinate with HHI for final management meeting. Next. April 11, 2017, sulat ni Colonel Mangroban of the Philippine Navy Marines, Assistant Chief of Naval Staff for Logistics, to Secretary Lorenzana. And I quote, the PNTWG in many discussions with HHI has already justified its selection of the CMS for the frigate in terms of being a better product, referring to Thales, Tacticos, and strictly compliant to the technical requirements. While HHI focused their selection on being commercially advantageous, the PN maintains that the better CMS should be selected. Further, the CMS selected by the PN has in fact not changed its cost, contrary to the claim of Hanwha of Hyundai. Foregoing considered and to obviate further delay in the CMS issue, it is recommended that the HHI be requested to submit in writing the final written decision.
Pagkakataon na parang maramdaman para po matulungan namin.
Ihahatid ng pangalawang pinakamataas na lider ng bansa ang nagsisilbing nanay ng sambayanan, si Vice Presidente Leni Robredo. Kasamang
Angkat lang po to pagdating ng hapon. Saka lang po namin binabayaran.
Good morning, Metro Manila! Sunday morning radio talk show. Tampok ang mga pangunahin pangunahing eksperto sa isyu at impormasyong gumagabay.
Pag may trabaho na po ako, hindi ko na po si Mama pagtitinday sa Divisoria.
Good Morning Metro Manila, Sunday morning radio talk show. Kada linggo, alas 7:30 hanggang alas 9 ng umaga. Paddy Oberas sa programang Good Morning Metro Manila sa Dzxl 558 RMN Manila. Biyaheng Pinoy, pasyalan at i-discover ang mga lugar sa sariling atin. Alamin ang mga latest mula sa hanay ng transportasyon sa Biyaheng Pinoy, Sabado 1:00 hanggang alas 2 ng hapon sa Dzxl 558. Sakay na!
Sakay na sa Biyaheng Pinoy.
Dzxl 558 RMN Manila. Extra large sa balita at komentaryo. Extra large sa tugtugan at extra large sa serbisyo publiko. Mula sa RMN News Nationwide, ito ang Sound of the Nation. Mga balita sa nasyon at sa iyong rehiyon, maririnig mo na ngayon. Ito ang bagong tunog ng pagbabalita. Sound of the Nation.
Mabuhay Pilipinas, pananghalian na po ng Lunes. Mga kasama yung mga radyoman, ako si Paddy Oberas.
At radyoman Rod Marcelino, ngayon ay February 19, 2018.
Live via satellite, RMN News Nationwide, the sound of the nation.
Live tayo nationwide kasama ang inyong mga RMN stations sa lahat po ng radyoman sa Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Live din sa WRMN, New York, USA at sa Facebook.
Sa RMN News Nationwide, the sound of the nation.
Alas 12:01 mga kasama, iniharap na po sa media ang arestong foreign national. May ugnayan sa Islamic State of Iraq and Syria o ISIS. Sa press briefing sa Camp Grame, inahayag ni PNP Chief Ronald De La Rosa na naaresto ng pinagsanib na puwersa ng Armed Forces at ng Philippine National Police intelligence operatives sa isang apartment sa Ermita, Maynila ang foreign national na si Femi Laswed, Egyptian national, at kasama rin niya ang kanyang asawang Pilipina na si Annabel Monquera Salipada, taga-UP Maguindanao. Ayon sa PNP Chief, batay sa binigay na deskripsyon ng foreign intelligence, isang ISIS commander at saka po negotiator ang nagtatrabaho para sa teroristang grupo sa mga bansa gaya ng Syria.
We will continue to mount active operations against terrorism. This inspiring result of the joint AFP-PNP operation is a testimony not only of the resolve of government to monitor, deter, and defeat terrorists and their infrastructure. It is also a proof of what a robust intelligence sharing and collaboration can do to keep our nation and its people safe.
Nakuha naman sa suspect ilang piraso na improvised explosive device, firearms and ammunitions, ISIS flag at mga documents na naglalaman ng kanilang plano sa paglulunsad ng terror attack sa bansa. Palagitan po ng July 2016, ang pumasok si Laswed gamit ang peking pasaporte.
Ang naarestong Egyptian, inaming dating miyembro ng ISIS terrorist group. Ang kasama po sa balita, Radyoman Rhea Mabogay.
And News, the sound of the nation. Report.
Inamin mismo ng naarestong Egyptian national na si Femi Laswed na dati siyang miyembro ng Islamic State of Iraq and Syria o ISIS terrorist group. Batay ito sa kanyang mensahe kanina nang ipresenta siya sa media dito sa Campo Crame, pero pinabubulaan na naman niyang nananatili pa siyang miyembro ng ISIS. Pakinggan natin ang pahayag ni Laswed.
Maybe I was in ISIS before, but if I have these things, of course I will say. Of course, because it's no problem for me.
Sa panig naman ng mga otoridad, kinumpirma ni PNP Chief Ronald de la Rosa na positibong miyembro ng international terrorist na ICC Lasuid. Anya, buwan ng Huli na nakalipas sa taon na makapasok sa bansa ang suspect via Iran gamit ang peking passport. Posible anya nakakapag-recruit na rin ito dito sa Metro Manila at ngayon inaalam nila kung gaano nakarami ang kanilang na-recruit. Pinawi naman ni PNP Chief de la Rosa ang pangamba ng publiko dahil sa pagkakaaresto ng ISIS member. Ayon sa opisyal na nanatiling ligtas sa bansa dahil nahuhuli at napipigilan anya ang mga teroristang nagtatangkang maghasik ng kaguluhan sa bansa. Kasama mo sa kampo Krame Radyoman, Reggie Mamugay ng DZXL 558 sa RMN.
RMN News Nationwide. The sound of the nation.
Binigyang diin ng OWA, Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, ang kahalagahan po ng Memorandum of Agreement sa pagitan ng mga bansa nagpapadala ng migrant workers. Ito ay kasunod na rin ang kalunos-lunos na sinapit ng Pinay overseas worker na si Joanna de Mapilis mula po sa kanyang Lebanese at Syrian national na amo sa Kuwait nga, kung saan natagpuan ang bangkay niya sa loob ng isang freezer. Interview ng RMN kay OWA Deputy Administrator Arnel Ignacio, layo nito na maialis ang pangit na pananaw ng mga dayuhan pag sinabing isang domestic helper.
Pananaw nila sa isang help. Ang tingin nila kasi dyan parang alipin. Napaka-importante talaga ilalakad natin kakapirmahan tayo ng Memorandum of Understanding or Agreement. Dapat ito ma-elevate into part of their labor force para mayroong proteksyon.
Dahil naman sa pagdami ng mga naabusong Pinoy sa abroad, sinabi ni Ignacio na ipag-utos na ng gobyerno ang close monitoring ng mga agency sa mga pinapadalang Pinoy workers sa ibang bansa. Una nang binigyan din ng International Labor Organization ang kahalagahan ng kasunduan sa mga bansa na nagpapadala ng migrant workers.
Ang pagkakaroon naman ng bilateral agreement sa pagitan ng Pilipinas at Kuwait ay sinusulong ng DFA. Ang kasama mo sa balita, Radyoman Angel Ronquillo.
Bagamat welcome sa gobyerno ng Pilipinas ang sinasabing assurance sa proteksyon ng mga overseas Filipino workers ng Kuwaiti government, nais pa rin magkaroon ng bilateral agreement sa Pilipinas sa Kuwait upang matiyak ang seguridad ng ating mga kababayan. Ito ang sinabi ni Foreign Affairs Secretary Alan Peter Cayetano sa pulong nito kay Kuwaiti Ambassador to the Philippines, Saleh Ahmad Al-Kuwait, kamakailan. Ayon kay Secretary Cayetano, layo ng kasunduan na bigyan proteksyon ng ating mga kababayan na nagtatrabaho sa Gulf State. Puso na rin ito ng kaliwatkan ng paglabag sa karapatang pantao ng mga employers ng ating mga kababayan sa Middle East. Sinabi pa ng opisyal na sa ngayon ay hindi pa niya maibigay ang nilalaman ng nasabing bilateral agreement dahil patuloy pa rin ang pakikipag-usap nila sa gobyerno ng Kuwait. Paliwanag pa nito, kinakailangan muna mabuo ang tiwala sa magkaparehong bansa nang sa gayon ay magkaroon ng magandang kasunduan na tiyak naman na magbebenepisyo ang ating mga OFWs. Tiniyak din ni Cayetano na ipinahatid na niya ang mga reklamo o hinaing ng ating mga kababayan sa Kuwaiti government tulad na lamang ng hindi pagpapasweldo, hindi pagbibigay ng day off, wala halos pahinga, hindi pinapakain, minamaltrato, inaabuso, dinugulpi ang iba pang ay ginagahasa at ang ilan ay brutal na pinatay tulad na lamang ng kaso ng OFW na si Joanna de Mapilis na isinilid pa ang bangkay sa freezer na mahigit sa isang taon. Kasama mo sa DFA ang inyong radyoman, Angel Ronquillo ng DZXL 558, Tatak, Arimen.
Umarangkada na ang pagdinig naman ng Senate Committee on National Defense and Security kaugnay sa 15.5 billion pesos frigate acquisition project ng Philippine Navy kung saan sinasangkot si Special Assistant to the President Christopher Bongo. Sa pagharap po sa komite, binigyan din ni Secretary Bongo na resulta raw ng irresponsible journalism ang pagkakaladkad ng kanyang pangalan sa controversial na deal ng Philippine Navy.
Ang pinag-usapan po ngayon ay naging issue lamang ng maglabas ang Rappler at Inquirer ng fake news. At sinabing ako po ay nakialam. Dahil ang lahat na ito ay nagsimula galing sa isang irresponsible reporting.
Ayon pa kay Secretary Go, hindi dumaan sa tamang proseso ang pagbabalita ng Rappler at Philippine Daily Inquirer dahil hindi nila inalam ang katotohanan bago nila nilabas ang mga artikulo. Bunsod dito, nanawagan si Go sa komite na ipatawag din sa susunod na pagdinig ang Rappler at Philippine Daily Inquirer.
Samantala, Secretary Go, tiwalang magiging daan ng katotohanan ang Senate hearing kaugnay sa frigate deal. Ang kasama po sa balita, Radyoman Teo de Guzman.
Naniniwala si Special Assistant to the President Secretary Bongo na magiging bihikulo ng katotohanan ng investigasyon ng Senado sa frigate deal ng Philippine Navy kung saan nakalagkat ang kanyang pangalan. Sa pahayag ni Go sa kanyang pagdalo sa Senate investigation sa issue ay sinabi nito na hindi hahayaan ng Administrasyong Duterte na manaig ang kasinungalingan dahil alam nila na ang katotohanan ay nasa kanilang panig. Sinabi ni Go na tiwala sila na magiging daan ang katotohanan ng investigasyon ng Senado at hindi magpapagamit sa kasinungalingan para maisulong ang mga pansariling hangarin. Kaya naman ibibigay anya nila sa Senado ang kanyang buong tiwala para na ito ay magbibigay ng tuldok sa kontrobersyal na issue. Kasama mo sa Palasyo ng Malacanang, Radyo Mandeo de Guzman, DZXL 558 Tatak RMM.
Nanindigan po sa ikalawang pagkakataon ng Santa Fe Pasture, makasama na hindi re-refund ang halagang binayad ng Department of Health o naibayad ng DOH para sa mga biniling ding Dzxl vaccine. Kabilang sa tinanggihan ng pharmaceutical firm ang pagbibigay ng pinansyal na suporta wala po sa mga apektadong nabakunahan. Ayon sa pahayag ng Sanofi, nanindigan silang walang problema naman sa produkto kaya't kung ibabalik nila ang pera, para daw hong inamin nilang may problema nga. Maliban dito, sinabi rin ng Sanofi na wala pa namang malinaw na mga pangyayari sa ngayon para maging batayan ng refund.
Tax payment ni CJ Sereno may discrepancy ayon sa BIR. Ang kasama mo sa balita, Radyoman Condebata.
RMN News, the sound of the nation. Report.
Kinakitaan nga ng Bureau of Internal Revenue ng discrepancy o pagkakaiba sa tax payment ni Supreme Court Chief Justice Maria Lourdes Sereno sa ika-14 na pagdinig ng House Committee on Justice sa probable cause ng impeachment complaint. Sinabi ni BIR Deputy Commissioner for Operation Attorney Arnel Gubalia na natapos na nila ang investigasyon sa tax payment ng Chief Justice at nakita sila ng discrepancy sa tax declarations ni Sereno mula 2004 hanggang 2010. Pero tumanggi si Gubalia na i-disclose sa komite ang resulta ng kanilang investigasyon. Paliwanag nito, kailangan pa nila ng pahintulot mula sa Office of the President base sa itinatakda ng National Internal Revenue Code bago mapahintulutan na isumite ito sa komite. Sinabi pa ni Gubalia na noong 2004 nagdeklara ng gross revenue si Sereno na abot sa 7.2 million pero wala namang umanong na breakdown dito ang Chief Justice. Samantala, no-show naman sa pagdinig sina Supreme Court Justices Estela Perlas Bernabe at Marvic Leone na hihingan sana ng testimonya kaugnay sa pagkakahire sa IT consultant na si Helen Makasait. Sa ipinadalang liham ng mga ito na italaga na IT consultant si Makasait bago pa man silang ma-appoint sa Committee on Computerization and Library ng Supreme Court. Hindi rin nakadalo si Honorable Judge Juanita Guerrero na hihingan sana ng testimonya kaugnay sa pagpigil umano ni Sereno sa pag-issue ng warrant of arrest laban kay Senator Leila de Lima. Kasama mo sa kamera, Radyoman Conde Basak ng DZXL 558 Tatak RMN.
Samantala si Bongo, iginit po na hindi nakialam nga sa deal na ito sa Navy. Sinibak na dating Navy Chief, nilinaw na wala siyang maling ginawa. Para sa detalye, si Radyoman Grace Mariano. Grace.
Sa kanyang pagharap nga dito sa pagdinig ng Senate Committee on National Defense and Security, ginit ni Special Assistant to the President Christopher Bongo na wala siyang alam at hindi siya nakialam sa pagpili ng Philippine Navy ng frigate at sa pagpili ng supplier para sa combat management system nito. May hinala pa sigo ng nasa likod ng kontrobersiya ay may layuning harangin ang proyekto at hindi rin daw siya papayag na daanin sa executive session itong pagdinig dahil gusto niyang marinig ng taong bayan ang katotohanan. Sa hearing, nilinaw naman ni Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana na hindi siya tiyak at inakala niya lang na kay Secretary Bongo nanggaling ang white paper na ibinigay niya sa liderato ng Philippine Navy kaugnay sa nabanggit na frigate deal na nagkakahalaga ng 15.7 billion pesos. Sa nasabing white paper, iniindorso ang pagpili sa Hanwha para mag-provide ng Combat Management System o CMS para sa naturang mga warships. Bago humarap sa pagdinig, inunang hinarap ni Bongo ang napakarami niyang supporters na dumagsat hanggang ngayon nananatili pa rin sa labas ng gate ng Senado. Pagdating naman dito sa loob ng Senado, full support kay Bongo at andirito ang mga miyembro ng gabinete ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte at ilan pang opisyal ng administrasyon. Sa pagdinig, binigyang diin naman ang sinibak na dating Philippine Navy Chief Vice Admiral Roland Joseph Mercado na wala siyang ginawang mali at malinis at magaling ang kanyang track record. Ikinagulat daw niya ang pagtanggal sa kanya sa serbisyo dahil sa Marso pa siya magre-retiro. Marinding itinanggi ni Mercado na may ipinipilit siyang supplier ng CMS para sa bibilhing warships, yung Tacticos Thales. Paliwanag ni Mercado nakasad sa kontrata ng gobyerno sa Hyundai Heavy Industry, so HHI na ito rin ang pipili ng supplier ng SMS. Kasama mo sa Senado, Radyoman Grace Mariano ng Dzxl 558 Tatak, Aremen.
Nilinaw naman ng National Food Authority na wala silang planong tanggalin ang mas murang NFA rice sa merkado publiko. Ayon kay NFA Director Rex Esto Perez, ang proposal umano ay magdadagdag sila ng subsidiya para bilhin ng mas mataas na presyo ang palay ng mga magsasaka at malabanan ang commercial rice. Sa pamamagitan umano nito ay dadami ang mga magsasaka magbebenta ng kanilang palay sa NFA at madadagdagan din ang stag ng kagawaran. Pero aminado ito mahaba pang pag-aaralan o pag-aaral ang isasagawa bago maipatupad ang kanilang plano. Samantala sa ngayon ay wala pa rin umanong mabibiling NFA rice na nagkakahalaga ng 27 pesos at 32 pesos sa merkado dahil sa Hunyo pa manunumbalik ang buffer stock na bigas ng ahensya.
Buong bansa, iba't ibang boses ng mga balita. RMN News Nationwide, the sound of the nation.
Balita tayo sa RMN Provincial Station. Yung 7 buwang gulang na sanggol po ipinasok pasintabi sa Tupperware at iniwan sa gilid ng CR sa Haro Plaza, Iloilo. Para sa detalye si Radyoman Marjorie Herbo ng RMN Iloilo.
Na ng mga pulis kung sino ang irresponsableng ina na nag-iwan ng kanyang 7 buwang gulang na baby boy na pinaniniwala ang kanyang isinilang at isinilid sa Tupperware at iniwan sa Haro Plaza sa Iloilo City kaninang alas 4 ng madaling araw. Base sa statement na nakakita ng baby na ito ay isinisinghot ng aso at kinakagat ang plastic, kaya nakuha ang kanyang atensyon at nang kanyang binuksan ay laking gulat nang makita niya na ito ay isang bata ngunit wala ng buhay. Agad naman itong nag-report sa pulis at sa ngayon inaalam pa kung sino ang nanay. Sa ngayon, inaantay na lang ng pulis na magbukas ang simbahan para ito ay mabinyagan at mailibing. Kasama mo sa RMN Iloilo, Radyoman Marjorie Herbo, Tatak, RMN.
Halos 100 atleta naman na nakalahok po sa Davra 2018, biktima ng food poisoning sa Davao City. Kasama po sa balita, Radyoman mula RMN Davao, Joel Viray.
Enteritis ang dahilan bakit nalason sa pagkain ang delegasyon ng Mati City Davao Oriental na kalahok ng Regional Athletic Association Meet 2018 na ginanap ngayon dito sa lungsod ng Davao. Ito'y batay na rin sa inilabas na resulta ng eksaminasyon ng City Health Office mula sa pagkain ng kanilang kinain tulad ng pochero, nilagang baka, kalo-kalo at iba pang ulam. Ayon sa hepe ng City Health Office ni si Dr. Josephine Villafuerte na nagbaon ng maring pagkain ang Mati City delegates para sa kanilang agahan, pananghalian at hapunan gaya na panis ito. Matapos nakita ng simptomas sa pagkalaso ng mga atleta, mga coaches at isang kitchen staff, agad sila dinala sa Southern Philippines Medical Center noong Sabado ng gabi. Ngayon ay pawang nakalabas na. Dinala din kagabi sa nasabing pagamutan ang 32 na mga delegado ng Tagum City matapos sumakit ang kanilang tiyan at pagtatai. At 31 sa kanila ay nakalabas na. Nais pa imbestigahan ni Mayor Ines Sara Duterte Carpio sa Department of Education ang mga guro at mga in-charge sa luto kung meron bang kapabayaan o tinitipid ang mga atleta at siguradong merong mananagot sa nasabing pangyayari. Kauban mo sa RMN Davao, Radyoman Joel Viray, Tatak, RMN.
Balita sa Ibayong Dagat.
Pinangamba po magkaroon ng direktang komprontasyon sa pagitan ng Russia at Estados Unidos sa Syria. Posible kasing gumanti ang Russia para sa mga member ng isang private military company na napatay ng US forces sa Syria noong nakaraang linggo lamang. Mga taga Cebu, susunod na sa IFM Cebu, si Boss Luwag and Baby Boy McGee Udto na ay sa DYXL IFM 93.9 Cebu. Kasama nyo sa extra lawak na pagbabalita nationwide. Ang po mga Radyoman. Ako si Buddy Oberas.
At Radyoman Rod Marcelino. Ito ang RMN News Nationwide, the sound of the nation.
Ang mga nagbabagang balita sa buong bansa ay hatid sa inyo ng Sound of the Nation mula sa RMN News Nationwide.
Oras 18 minutos.
Diretso na po tayo sa pananghalian ng mga XL, extra large na balita. Ngayon pong Monday, ang iyong radyoman ako si Badio Beras.
At radyoman Rod Marcelino.
Extra large sa bilis, extra large sa siksik na impormasyon. Hatid ng XL Balita.
Yung mga militanteng grupo may kilos protesta pa rin sa Mindolo Bridge. Update kasama si radyoman Silvestre Labay. Bye!
Kinalampag ng mahigit ang mga militanteng grupo ang Duterte administration upang panawagan ng wakasan ang kontraktualisasyon sa mga manggagawang Pilipino. Bitbit ang samot-saring mga plakad at banners na kasadang kanilang maring pagtutol sa Pangulong Umano ni Doni Secretary Silvestre Duterte at ni Pangulong Duterte na alisin na ang kontraktualisasyon sa mga manggagawang Pinoy. Paliwanag ng wika na manggagawa para sa regional na naghahanap buhay, dismayado sila sa pagbabaliktad ng desisyon ni Secretary Doyo na wala din manong labor-only contracting sa mga manggagawa na tinawag ng isang malaking kataksilan sa mga manggagawa. Dito nila na dapat ay ipatupad ang minimum wage na 750 pesos sa pribadong kumpanya at 16,000 piso naman sa kawasan naman ng gobyerno dahil ang mga nagtataas ang pangunahing bilhin ang kanilang nararanasan. Kasama mo sa Manila, Radyoman, ang Dzxl namin ng Dzxl 5 Tatak, Arnon.
Naaresto naman ang sospek sa pagpatay sa Deputy Chief of Police ng Cainta PNP. Sa ulat na aresto ng sospek na si Ruben matapos na makatanggap ng noise complaint ang istasyon ng police sa NCRPO. Nang mahuli doon lang din nila na-discover na si Ruben pala ang tinutugis na sospek sa pagpatay kay Senior Inspector Jimmy Senosin sa nangyaring enkwentro sa Cainta kamakailan.
Yan pala si Ruben. Ang apelido niyan, Paglinawan.
Paglinawan?
Oo. Ruben Paglinawan. Suspect yan.
Suspect to. Ay, inamin naman po ng suspect ang insidente pero hindi umano niya sigurado kung siya ang nakapatay sa Deputy Chief dahil may 3 pa siyang kasama. Nakumpiska sa kanya ang isang patalim. Agad ding isinailalim sa medical procedure.
Extra large sa bilis, extra large sa siksik na impormasyon. Hatid ng XL Balita.
Alas 12:23.
DZXL Sports News.
Hoy! Sports! Ongoing pa yung All-Star Game, Kiko, no? Ng NBA. Oo. Ongoing pa. Wala pa.
Sino nang labang?
Sino lamang? Wala pa. Wala pa. Okay. Team Stephen and Team LeBron naglalaban. Nagtapos po sa ika-70 pwesto ang flag bearer at huling pambato ng Pilipinas sa 2018 Pyeongchang Winter Olympics na si Asa Miller. Lumaban ng Pila athlete sa alpine skiing event linggo na umaga. Siya ang pinakabata ho sa 110 na atletang lumaban. Nasungkit naman Austrian athlete na si Marcel Hirscher ang gold medal. At ang silver medalist si Henry Christophersen ng Norway. At bronze medalist naman si Alexis Pinturault ng France.
Mare, masyadong kang usisera. Correct! Bungangera ka talaga.
Showbiz Balita.
Oy, si Alex. Kala ko si Alex. Ikaw ba si Showbiz? Hindi si Alex. Si Lane pa rin, si Lane. Lane
May bagong karir na si Alex, magsa-showbiz.
Ay, kaya nga, dumaan bigla.
Oo nga. Ako din, akala ko si... akala ko stethoscope ang nakasabit.
May nakasabit na ba?
Oo, hindi pala.
Dati barometer lang.
Barometer, stethoscope na eh. Talaga, doktora na to.
Bagay sa yung doktora.
Oo, bagay nga. Mga ganong klase.
Si Lane Terrific, bagay.
Tapos yung kanyang pantalon, butas-butas, rib jeans. Talagang nagle-level up na to, boss.
Iba talaga. Iba.
Ayoko na.
Ano pa napansin mo?
Ha? Ano pa?
Napansin mo?
Tinitingnan ko yung sarili ko dun sa monitor eh. Wala, hindi ako kita eh.
Lapid. Yan, lapid.
Ayan! Ayun, nakuha mo.
Daming pasyente nito, panagato.
Ano bang problema mo, Ihon?
Talagang malapit na.
Kita mo naman yung tanong.
Magkahawig na eh.
Magkawig. Nakakainis.
Tatabalad na ng konti. Pareho na.
Malayo.
Malayo pa.
Good afternoon muna sa mga radyoman natin na nakikinig and sa mga nanonood online. Good afternoon. And sa inyong dalawa.
Good
afternoon. Ito muna ang aking chika this afternoon. Hindi nakaiwas sa batikos ang singer na si Casey Tandingan matapos na umawit ng isang Mandarin song sa nakaraang episode ng Chinese Singing Contest na Singer 2018. Pero paliwanag ni Casey, pinili niyang kumanta ng Mandarin song dahil gusto niyang magkaroon ng koneksyon sa Chinese audience.
Di ba daming umiyak naman, may Chinese nung kinanta niya yun?
Kasi nga, syempre.
May mga napaluha.
Yun nga yung gusto niya kasi talagang
Pero tama
gawin.
lang ba yung kanyang kinanta?
Sa akin naman, okay lang naman. Kung sa akin na personal na opinion ko, okay lang naman.
Okay.
Kahit
pagkatapos?
Eto nga, pakatapos kasi, binatikos! Ayan nga. Kahit...
Pwede to, pwede.
Eto nga, kahit may bumatikos, marami rin naman ang humanga sa adjustment na ginawa ni Casey. Sa pinakahuling performance ng Soul Singer, kinanta niya ang The Pain Which You Don't Know, kung saan siya nagtapos sa ika-6 na pwesto.
Kita mo naman kami. Kita mo kami.
Oo.
Okay.
Bakit?
Wala lang.
Sa'yo, The Pain. Ulit title.
The Pain Which You Don't Know.
Okay.
Bakit? Ano ba? Bakit ganun?
Kasi last time, di mo kami kita, di ba?
Naka-ano na ako ngayon. May naka-contact lens na ako.
Naka-contact lens.
Pag yung salamin, kasi pag yumuko ako, nalalaglag.
Level up.
Walang makakapita.
Iba na talaga. Radyo Man Ron, iba na talaga.
Dati, pasalamin, contact lens na.
Oo.
Mayroon ako dati, hindi mo na nakikita. Mayroon ako dati. Tapusin ko muna. Muna nang lumabas sa ulat na dream performance ni Casey ang iconic song na Anak ni Freddie Aguilar sa Tagalog at Mandarin. Ayun.
Galing ni Casey, no?
Galing talaga niya.
Talaga.
Wala eh. Ginagalingan masyado ni Bess.
Kaya...
Ginalingan mo rin kasi masyado eh.
Kaya ayun.
Uwian na. Out ko na kasi.
Sabi ng teacher, ang galing ginalingan mo raw eh. Nala.
Kaya dahil dyan.
Ang daming...
Ikaw na ang leader ng lahat ng klase.
Ang daming gustong kunin to eh.
Ang dami. Kasi nga, siya na ang leader, lahat ng mga members niya walang gagawin.
Ay, parang nagyari sa akin yun, college.
Tapos group grade, diba?
Group tapos ikaw lang gumawa. Asan ang ustisya, diba?
Galing.
At dahil dyan, yung muna ang latest sa mundo ng showbiz. Ito yung Radyo Man Lane Terrific ng Dzxl 558. Tatak, RMN.
Thank you, Miss Lane.
Alright.
Mabuhay ka.
Mabuhay. Sige ha. Ingat ka, Iha, ha?
Iha. Mabuhay ka, mabuhay ka.
Ano ka, ha? Magpakabait ka, ha? Di ba, bait naman tayo.
Hoy, susulat ka!
Eto na, anak ng... Hoy! Chat ka, pag may time.
Alas 12:29, mga sama.
Eto na.
Panghimagas na?
Panghimagas na po.
Nga pala. Sige. Si Jello.
Hey! Ba't bigla to? Sumigaw ka, nawala yung internet.
Inunahan yung mga...
Ayun. Bumalik na.
Ayan na.
Wala ako dyan.
Ano ka ba? Kanina ka pa kumikinang, oh.
Ayun. Lapit ka ng konti.
Lapit ka.
Oo.
Si Boss Ricky, nakapindot na.
Nakapindot na.
Mga intro na yan.
Ibang klase.
Magandang hapon, mga kasama.
Afternoon.
Classic.
Ayan.
Bumunot na naman.
Bumunot na naman. Saan mo ba binunod yan?
Deal or no deal?
Ayan. Deal or no deal?
Pang-apat na ito na hopya ngayon.
Parang nakatikim na ako nito kanina.
Oo nga
Iba yan, sir.
Ay, iba ba
ito? Ito?
Ube yan.
Ube.
Yung kanina, munggo.
Yung isa kanina.
Ano?
Purple yam.
Purple yam. Ibang klase.
Masarap to, nakakabusog to.
Flavor yung tipas, ha? Purple yam.
May purple yam flavor na yung tipas ngayon.
Sarap to. Ba't ang Baguio hindi gumagawa nito noon? Dahil ubisan nila.
Oo nga eh.
Wala. Alam ko meron eh. Ay, Palawan pala yun. Sa Palawan pala.
Sa Bakersfield.
Pero yung hopya sa Binondo, masarap.
Oo, engbitin.
Oo, yung engbitin talaga. Maganda yun. Masarap.
Sige.
Ito muna.
Ano pang himagas mo naman?
Ito naman, masarap din tong panghimagas ko. Parang nasa ano lang tayo, newsroom. Masarap na masarap to. Isang abogado mula sa Dortmund, Germany ang nagsampa ng reklamo sa local police matapos na mabad trip dahil sa pizza.
Yo, dahil sa pizza?
Nako. Kwento ni Guido Grole, wala na raw siyang matapos na trabaho dahil sa sunod-sunod na pagdating ng pizza sa kanyang opisina kahit hindi naman siya umu-order. Ang sarap naman nito. Sana dito na lang yung ganyan, no?
Masarap yung hopya.
Dito hopya lang yung dumadating eh. Tapos ubos agad. Sa loob ng 2.5 linggo, umabot na sa mahigit 100 pizza ang natanggap niya. Wala naman daw idea si Grole kung sino ang nagpadala ng pizza sa kanyang opisina.
Yung pizza, hindi pa natin natitikman dito
Hindi
sa programa.
nga, boss. Dito, sa panghimagas.
Ay, hindi ako makarelate eh.
Kaya nga eh. Hanggang hopya muna tayo, boss.
Sige, mga 2 months. Pag-iipan muna si Jello Digno.
Sige.
Pinaayos na rin niya ang kanyang computer sa pag-aakalang infected ito ng weird virus pero wala namang nakitang kahit ano.
My God!
Mukhang
nakatape lang pala, no?
Ikaw ba kasamang Rod? Ano ba yung in-order mo?
Ito, hopya.
Hopya
na palang dumating eh.
Nakakainis naman to. Nainis ako sa kanya.
Bakit?
Kasi swerte na niya eh. Samantalang dito, kailangan pa maghintay ng birthday para makakain lang ng pizza. Tapos lahat sa pizza pa.
My God!
So, yun na muna ang...
ganun talaga. Depende yan dito. Kung araw ng sweldo, medyo may swerte, di ba? Makakatipid
Pero
tayo
sabi
ng
daw
pizza.
na... Ewan ko. Nababalitaan ko si kasamang body daw magpapapizza.
Pizza? Ano ka mo?
Abangan na natin yan mamaya. Yan muna. At yan muna ang balita panghimagas. Para sa... Para sa araw ng Lunes, ako si Jello Digno ng Dzxl 558 Attack RMN.
Hey, good Jello, mabuhay ka.
Alright.
Dumami pa sana ang budget mo.
Tama. Para sa susunod, hindi na hopya, boss.
Hindi
Pizza na.
Pizza na. Para...
Sa tingin ko, meron na ba? Bukas pizza to. Nandun na. Ito, boss. Hindi tayo pinapansin, oh. Parang wala na parang...
Bueno. Kung ano man po yung kinakain ngayon, pasalamat sa Diyos, ha? Mga kasama. Ito po ang Dzxl, ha? XLR sa balita at komentaryo.
Sa serbisyo publiko, din sa inyong mga paboritong tugtugin.
Ay po inyong mga radyoman. Ako si Buddy Oberas.
At radyoman Rod Marcelino.
Uy, nawala bigla. Ito ho yun, 12:33.
Inyong napakinggan ang mga extra large at extra init na balita sa Metro Manila sa oras na ito. XL Balita. Para laging up to date, laging makinig sa XL Balita. Lunes hanggang Biyernes, dito lang, DZXL 558.